Sports Center.
Well, the NFL today informed teams that the 2025 per-team salary cap will fall in the range of $277.5 million to $281.5 million. That is way up from last year's $255.4 million. The cap has increased by more than $53 million over the last 2 years. And the numbers are in for the Super Bowl. Nielsen says the Eagles-Chiefs game set a new record, $182.8 million.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio. It's stupid cold outside. What the hell is that?
Dude, I don't know, but it is stupid cold.
BS.
I'm telling you, there were trash cans in the middle of my street. When I woke up this morning, my chairs on the back patio were all messed up and screwed up, and the wind was blowing, and it was cold.
I woke up and my alarm system, I don't know, 58 different alarm, because I guess the wind blowing so hard, it was picking up on my cameras and sending me alerts in the middle of the night. It was, I was ready to see, was there a coyote on my front porch getting out of the wind? No, it was just the wind. And I know they said it was going to be cold. This morning on my phone, it said the feels like temperature was 3. Now, I know you're not a fan of feels like 3, but it felt like 3.
But what was the temperature?
20-something?
It felt like 20-something.
No, it didn't feel like
Dude,
that because you got to factor in the wind.
How do you know what 3 feels like?
I don't.
You don't.
But with the wind, it was a lot colder than 20-something.
Well, the wind was pretty damn cold.
Yes.
But I have no clue what 3 feels like. 3 feels the same as,
12?
19.
19?
Or whatever.
Uh-huh.
It's cold.
Stupid cold.
Yeah, it's just cold.
This is BS.
Cold, cold, cold. I don't know what's going on. And apparently it's going to get worse as we go into the week. I just saw an alert from my good friends at Ken's 5 that we're going to have some freezing rain on Friday.
Really?
That's what they're saying.
That could be a disaster.
So we'll see what happens.
Now, what I find comical isn't the right word, but what I find comical is we always know we get stupid cold weather like this during the rodeo. It's almost a rite of passage in San Antonio that you get this kind of weather during the rodeo. And the rodeo, and I don't know what all they've canceled tonight, but like our friend Marcy Grace was playing the Courtyard stage tonight, and but they canceled it.
Well, of course they did.
Because
Marcy Grace probably canceled it.
Yeah, no, I did. I was texting with her going, "Oh, come on, it's rodeo. Get out there. Go to Amazon and buy a heated vest and suck it up." She's like, "I didn't cancel, but I wasn't mad when they did."
Yeah.
So if it's too cold to go rodeo, it's too damn cold.
It's cold.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going inside, who gives a damn? You just got to walk from the outside to the inside. There's plenty of beverages inside to make you feel warmer.
There are, but a lot of people go to the rodeo to do everything on the outside and not actually go inside.
I don't do that.
Well, I know you don't do that.
I go to the rodeo to go to the rodeo.
You're too good to go eat out at one of the stands out there and go ride rides with the grandkids.
I don't mind doing all of that stuff, but I'm not doing it when it's like
none degrees?
Yeah,
none.
I'm not doing it.
None degrees.
Yes. So I'd walk inside.
Yes.
Have a cold drink.
Yes.
And sit down and enjoy the rodeo.
There's a lot of things you shouldn't do today. Going to the rodeo might be one of them, unless you're just quickly going in for whatever they still have going on. But I had to get gas today. And let me tell you, today is not a good day to get gas.
Sure isn't.
That was poor decision-making and poor planning on my part.
Uh-huh.
But I really have no choice. I've got to stop and get gas now. I didn't even think about it yesterday. But today the light came on and, go get gas.
You got to get gas.
Got to get gas.
Now, can you imagine if you ran out of gas, then you'd really be screwed.
Oh, yeah. No, that'd be a nightmare. And it is one of those, like, knowing that they say it's going to get worse. It wasn't like, I don't know if I could make it to work and then all the way. I probably could, but would I feel comfortable? No. I don't even like it when my gas light comes on. But knowing it's going to get worse, I just took care of it today, and that led to 2 bad decisions on my part because the gas station had a Jack in the Box. So I thought, well, I'm not going to stand out here while I'm pumping gas. I'm going to go in and let me get something to eat. And it did reaffirm my decision that really you only get Jack in the Box when the sun is down. That was not the best lunch choice that I made today.
No, it's really not. And it's funny you say that because I had Jack in the Box just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those, spur of the moment things.
Yep.
So, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And I do like the little tacos, though.
Yeah,
you know,
the little mini tacos?
Little mini tacos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those.
I had the regular tacos and a chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Not the best decision making.
Well, probably not if you just turn your head that way when you puke.
Oh, I'm not going to puke. I hope.
Or if you're gone for an extended period of time. I know exactly what you're doing.
If that happens, but, my stomach is much stronger than that. But it did reaffirm this stuff is only good at night, leaving a bar.
Yeah, can I just say this? And
What?
That just reminded me.
What?
I'm on a streak here at the radio station, and it's a streak I'd rather not be on. Every time I walk into the men's room these days, it seems like every single time somebody's in one of those stalls, and it stinks. Dude, I'm not kidding, and it's a streak. I'm like, I don't know, 5 for 5 over this week.
Well, that was just yesterday, as
I'm
often
just
as
saying.
you go.
Well, exactly. So you can imagine, as much as I have to pee, there's somebody in there that's got an issue that he's got to do number 2. Well, maybe it's different people. I don't know. But I'm just saying, it's a streak that I would just assume break. Because I'll tell you, and I'm not saying mine doesn't stink, but whoever was in there just a few minutes ago, and I don't know who it was, I get the hell out of there as quick as I can.
Everybody poops, man. Everybody has to poop.
I get it.
Right?
I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it. It's unfortunate for me that I'm on this streak, and I don't want to be on it. I'm just saying, I feel better now.
I'm trying to carefully choose my words. Turd Ferguson on YouTube. Do number 2 at home like a normal person.
Yeah. Well, sometimes there are emergencies.
Yes.
And you don't have it. You don't have a choice.
See, I will do everything I can to avoid a public pooping. Right?
I will too.
So you know it wasn't me because I was in the office when you came back in, and I don't know, and nobody goes that quick. Number 2.
No, right.
But that said, I mean, what are you supposed to do if you've got a turd playing peekaboo with your underwear? You got to go.
Well, you do.
It doesn't matter where you are. You've got to find a place to sit down and go.
I totally agree.
And then get ridiculed on the radio for Reinagel for having a natural bowel movement.
I'm just saying, it's an odd coincidence that I'm on a 5-game.
That people are pooping in the bathroom.
I'm on a 5-game poop streak. I don't know. I mean, when's the last time you were in the bathroom? Was somebody sitting down in there pooping?
I haven't thought about BM in a while.
Yesterday, I think I was in there, and somebody had recently left because you could just tell, and it's gross. I mean, but it is what it is. You can't complain about it because sometimes it might be you.
I'm not complaining about it.
Really?
I'm just bringing up the fact that I'm on a I don't know if you call it a winning streak or a losing streak. I'm not sure, but it has happened, and I've just noticed it this week. It seems like every single time I go in there, it's like, woo-hoo!
Now, I don't know if you listen to the Morning Huddle, it seems like Vic Brown, every day around 8 o'clock, he misses a segment because he's got to take a dump.
Well, okay. I'm not here at 8 o'clock in the morning, so he can smell up the bathroom all he wants.
Well, I mean, does it linger? But what I don't get is
that doesn't linger. Because you know when somebody's in it because they try to be really quiet.
Well, of course, because they don't want to get ridiculed by Reinagel for taking a crap.
They try to be really quiet. And, like, maybe if I just don't say anything, they won't know. Because they don't know it's me. But they know somebody's in there.
Are you studying shoes?
No, I'm not.
Are you profiling? Are you going to throw a mirror under there? Do you just say, hey, what's up, man?
No.
Dude, what'd you eat for lunch, man?
I'm not going to talk to somebody while they sit there and
I mean, it seems like you really want to know, inquiring minds here.
No, I don't want to know.
Like, dude, where were you at? I need to avoid that restaurant. That smells awful.
I don't want to know. What I need to do is go into the executive bathroom in the sales office because that seems to be a lot less poopy.
Kids these days.
I'm telling you.
Less poopy. I mean, sure, what we need in this building for Joe Reinagel, not that they're going to remodel it for Joe, but maybe in their next contract negotiations, you can have them do a bunch of oneers, right? You know, just individual bathrooms so you can pee or poop in private and not worry about somebody walking in on you or you walking in on somebody.
Well, I would think that the pooper would probably prefer that. And the poopy, which I'm on a streak, I don't know if that's accurate, but
as long as you're not streaking, you're okay.
Look, I'm just saying. I just find it kind of odd that it seems like it happens every time this week. You know, then you'll go on a streak where there's nobody in there, and it's kind of like that's nice. But I mean, this week it's been like, damn, what's in the food?
I can't believe you keep track of this.
I don't keep track, but I mean, when you walk in and you're like, damn. Woo!
I don't know who is if that's you or Ryan, but about the secret executive bathroom, Joe doesn't need to know where that one's at.
It's a little too far away, I guess, right?
Well, no, it's just that's the cleanest spot to go if you're going to have to go.
I don't know where that is.
Exactly.
I've been here 3 years, and I don't know where that is.
It's in a conference room over yonder.
All right.
That's where Pledge goes.
Might have to scout that out.
The problem with that one, it's in the conference room right next to the big boss's office.
Oh, okay.
You didn't know there was a bathroom in there?
I didn't know. You know,
you know how many times we've had a meeting in the conference room and you realize somebody's in there taking a crap?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had one in there. We're always in this other one down here by the break room.
Yeah.
I don't get there. 3 years away, you got to be here 5 years to find the secret spots?
I mean, it is a perk. You get a special key and a card.
All right.
When you've been here for so long. I mean, some places do gold watches. Some places, give you a little plaque that says you've worked a long time.
Yeah.
At Alpha Media, you get a special bathroom privilege key.
Okay.
And
something to look forward to.
We don't let everybody know about it. Because it's got the good paper in there.
It's not the real thin stuff?
Oh, no. No. In fact, you might even find dude wipes in there.
Wow.
I mean, it's again, it's for the special ones.
If I had an issue with having to go while I'm here, I would probably bring a package of my dude wipes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's important. You don't want to walk out of there with a half-clean butt.
Tex, get us out of this, man, when you're on the Blitz.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Love the show. Well, I learned something in a work-release prison a little while back.
Hold on,
Hang on, a what? A work-release prison?
Yeah.
It's a long story, huh?
No, I had too much marijuana, and I did 8 months. Big deal. I'm not a criminal. I've never been in trouble before that or after. But when you walk into a restroom, public restroom in Walmart or Target or wherever, and somebody's gone number 2, it's real simple. I will always blurt out, "Courtesy flush, please." Courtesy flush. in prison, if you don't do it, people wait for you to get out and give you a dirty look, and that's not a place where you want dirty looks.
No, it's not. I wouldn't think so.
I mean, of all places, I would think in prison the courtesy flush is required.
It is, and the newbies, you learn the hard way, unfortunately.
Well, I'm sure you do. Well, Tex, I'm glad you're out and everything's good now, right?
Hey, long live disc golf.
Yeah, there you go.
That was a hell of a laugh there.
It was a little frightening.
Hey, was that the Joker? I mean, Tex, I hope everything's good, buddy. Thanks for the call. I don't know if I'll be doing the courtesy flush yell, but
well, you should. You should walk in there in the best dad voice you got. Courtesy flush. And see how Greg Shelton responds. It could be the domer that works here. What's his name? Halen?
Halen?
Yeah. Was it Jimmy over at KTSA? It's way too late in the day for it to be Sean Rima.
No, it's not Rima. Not him.
Now, how do you know? I mean, you defended Sean like you know how his smells.
Why? Because I would assume Sean's long gone from here.
Oh, you would assume?
I would assume that.
I mean, there was a guy that used to work here, I won't name names, Eric Mr. Smith, who would actually come back to the radio station every day to take a dump because he didn't want to buy toilet paper at his house. True story.
Well, yeah, hey, if you're a poor bachelor, then I can see that. That's not a problem. I'm not criticizing anybody for taking a poo at the office. All I'm saying is I have the unfortunate streak going that now every time I walk in to go pee, somebody's in there pooping.
But it is a public bathroom.
Well, it is. I mean,
that's where they're supposed to go.
That's kind of like just a bad luck. Yeah, it's like losing 5 hands in a row at blackjack.
And that's never happened to you.
I've been there. Just saying.
Oh, man, we got a lot to get into today.
We sure do.
The show will only get better from here, I can promise.
Or that could be the best of it. You never know.
UTSA Athletic Director Lisa Campos will join us today at 3:35 to go over what we learned yesterday about the increase in ticket prices, and we'll try to figure out if they know where they're at when it comes to the revenue share plan. We'll try to get answers from the AD. We'll try.
Yeah, we'll ask the questions, see where they go, and hopefully she can explain the ticket pricing thing, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely. Matt Eberflus, the Cowboys' new defensive coordinator, talked yesterday. Excuse me. A lot came out of that meet the new coaches meeting that they had yesterday. We what's his name? The new offensive coordinator that won't call plays, Clayton Adams.
He's happy about one thing, though. We'll tell you what that is.
Yeah. He gets a new title.
He does.
Looks good on a nameplate, Mom. Look. We'll get into that coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray, casting, and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury. Best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com. That's tsaog.com.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom! That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom.
Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
For decades, Rudy's has been serving Texans incredible barbecue. But they've also been a community champion as well. And now when you visit any of their 4 San Antonio locations, just make a $10 donation to the Puppy Food Bank. And you'll receive a certificate valid for $15 in free barbecue and 2 soft drinks. So do the numbers. That's a $22 value for just $10. You'll enjoy great barbecue for less, and Puppy Food Bank can save more pet lives. Thank you, Rudy's.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for University Housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Accomplishing goals is hard. But when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. Babbel is designed with you in mind. From expert-created lessons to conversational video units and even live classes, you can personalize your Babbel experience to be exactly what you need to really learn a new language more easily. Go ahead, set a goal for yourself. Accomplish it with Babbel. Try Babbel for free. Go to BABBEL.com. That's Babbel.com.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count, because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team: Southern Recipe Small Batch.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases, we do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Far too many of you want to share your bathroom stories with us.
Of course they do.
Wayne's been waiting a long time to tell us about what happened to him. I'm afraid, according to Pledge. I should be afraid. So should you. Wayne, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, appreciate it, guys. So I did a day trip down to Lucky Eagle, go to the casino.
Yeah.
Yep. Drive all the way down there, 2.5 hours. You know, between there and here, there's nothing. So I get there, I got to go to the bathroom. So you go in the bathroom, it's got about 20 stalls, about a half a dozen dudes in there. So I sit down, I was doing my business. 30 seconds later, you hear this guy have explosive diarrhea. And the crazy thing was, all right, well, the guy's got diarrhea, no big deal. He starts yelling, beans and rice. Oh, my God, beans and rice. And everybody in that bathroom just loses it, and just starts laughing. So, like, a couple minutes later, I'm done. I get up, I wash my hands, boom, out of there. This dude is still in there. I mean, literally, just, it was horrible. Horrible. The smell was just horrible. I mean, it was just...
It's awful.
No, all right. I mean, at least he was entertaining the group while taking care of business. Did you have a successful run at the casino on your day trip?
Yes. Actually, I did, because I'm a blackjack guy. So, I mean, it was a profitable day. But, I mean, to start my day with some dude yelling beans and rice was just too damn fun.
No.
Wow.
Look, Eagle, I didn't think they had blackjack. I thought it was all slots.
A long time ago when I did, they had some blackjack there.
All right. Well, cool, man. I'm glad you have. But not where I thought that story was go. Since Roy Nagel is a frequent visitor of the Lucky Eagle, I thought you were going to rat him out for something he did in the bathroom there.
Well, how do you know it wasn't me?
Because you're not yelling beans and rice. Of all the things I figure you're going to yell, it ain't going to be beans and rice.
You never know. The guy was just trying to have some fun when he was, after embarrassing himself.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
That was good stuff.
You sure?
I mean, dude, when you got to go, you got to go.
That's it, especially when you explosive diarrhea. What are you going to do?
That'll ruin your trip.
Oh, man.
Ruin your trip.
Got to throw your chonies away after that. I'm telling you, because that probably...
You don't know that.
Splattered all over everything.
You have no idea. What?
I'm just saying.
I mean, there's a whole bowl there for a reason.
That dude was walking around commando after that.
You don't know that. I mean, now was it George Brett? You ever hear the George Brett stories about when he pooped himself in Vegas? He was telling this story while mic'd up. And it's like, there's some stories you just don't share, but... I mean, George Brett said he's good to poop himself twice a year, whether he needs to or not.
Well, the older he gets, he probably does it more often now.
See, that explains your issue here. You're at that age range now.
No, I have no issue with that. I don't. Now, I'm in the bathroom a lot, drinking a lot of water or whatever else I'm drinking.
Yeah.
But the poop department's okay.
Is it?
Pretty regular.
I mean,
yeah.
People are glad to know that.
Pretty regular.
Pretty regular.
Thank you. I just let everybody know I'm doing okay in that department. Thank you for asking.
I mean, but you are getting up there.
Well, sure. Yeah. Maybe diapers in my future. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm just saying. It's possible.
As my dad was getting older before he passed and dealing with illness and stuff, he had a shirt that he would wear to the doctor that said, "Yes, I pooped today," because that was the question he got from every doctor.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So if he did, he wore that shirt proudly.
Nice.
I mean, it was like
Very
a badge
cool.
of honor with all the old people at the hospital. And old guys want to embarrass you, so why not?
Absolutely.
Why not? He's just a regular Joe.
That's it. I got another poop question later in the show.
Oh, why wait?
Well, I mean,
why tease this forward?
Because I don't know if I want to get into this. This is like a family issue.
Uh-oh.
So, do all guys, or is it just me? When you have to do that at your house, I mean, it's a process, right? It's a 20-minute adventure, isn't it?
20?
I mean, you don't just run in there and run out. Usually on the phone, doing something. It takes more than 2 minutes.
Okay.
Does it not?
Yeah, 2 to 5.
2 to 5, my butt.
2 to 5.
2 to 5.
2 to 5. Now, look, you might be in there a lot longer.
Right.
I mean, but if you're sitting there, I mean, why would you want to, unless you do your own courtesy flush for you, why would you sit in there any longer than you have to?
Well, because it's the only time that a guy gets some alone time, privacy, completely alone. You can look at whatever you want, read whatever you want. You don't have to worry about it.
What are you watching that you can only watch in the bathroom where Maggie won't see you?
Nothing.
Oh,
nothing.
Nothing, really?
No.
Nothing.
But that's
I like porn.
Exactly.
Now see that.
Which is the last thing I'd be wanting to watch while I was taking a dump.
That's exactly
But
right.
You're weird. I
No.
get it.
Well,
Your fetishes are showing.
These Instagram reels. You get into them, and it's fun stuff.
Yeah.
Seems to be a problem though, because I'm getting timed now. It's like
you're getting timed.
Damn, you were in there a long time.
Well, she's worried about you.
It's like,
is everything okay?
Everything's great.
See, I'm married to a nurse. She doesn't give a damn, and smells don't seem. I mean, like I'm with you. Like, dude, I'm taking it. Leave me alone. I don't need to answer that question now.
I just, for me, that's just part of the day. That's just kind of a sacred, private thing. If it takes 15, 20 minutes, so be it.
Fall in?
No.
It shouldn't take that long.
Well, it shouldn't, but it does.
No, it doesn't. I don't care
Well,
what you're reading.
It doesn't take
look,
that long.
I know you can't read a book that's long enough to take 20 minutes. Whatever pamphlet-style book you're reading, whatever article, if there's not a lot of pictures, you're out. So you can't tell me you need to be in there 20 minutes.
See, now Sam's got it right on our YouTube page. If your legs fall asleep, you're in there too long.
That's a good point.
It's a damn good point.
That's the indicator. We're going to have to get you an hourglass.
All right. Timer. I'm just checking. I know there's a lot of guys out there like me, and there's probably a lot of women listening too that say, yeah, my guy's in there for a long time. I'm telling you, it happens.
Well, I mean, but you don't want to let people know you're just in there watching golf tips from Paige Sporonic.
Well, and?
Maggie's just worried about you.
Mm-hmm.
You're in there that long and struggling.
It's just,
you might need to see a doc.
Guys, sometimes
you're going to have to add some fiber to your diet, sir.
No, I have no issue in that department.
Then you shouldn't be in there for 20 minutes.
Well, I'm not saying doing that the whole time, but it's my time. It's Joe time. It's Joe time.
Dude, you live with your wife. It's not like you've got kids running around or grandkids running around.
It's Joe time. Just saying.
Do you time her when she disappears?
No, but she's like in and out. It's like, damn, really?
You're jealous.
Well, maybe.
You sound jealous.
It's like, honey, enjoy yourself. Relax. It's your time, baby.
Well, did you have this honest conversation with her that you just need 20 minutes to yourself every day?
Well, maybe. It doesn't have to be 20.
It could be 30?
Yeah, it's just, well, maybe.
I mean, is this just like, really, I just don't want to listen to you right now? Can I just sit here alone?
I know I'm not the only guy that goes through this. So y'all can say whatever, but I know, and I'm the only one with the guts to admit it.
You're probably right, but I don't know. I'd find other ways to be able to communicate with my lovely bride.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't want to talk right now. I've been talking for 4 hours. I just want to sit here and do nothing for a little while.
Yes.
Which is what I tell my wife.
All right. There you go. You see?
Yeah.
It's just it's a guy thing, ladies. Just let us be.
Now, if you want to hear some crap.
What have we been hearing all show?
Cowboys offensive coordinator. His name is Clayton Adams. That could be the question on a trivia thing that we ask a little while later. He explained what his job is as a non-play calling offensive coordinator.
At the end of the day, our job when we're putting things on the call sheet is to be problem solvers. And so we're trying to figure out what do we do good and how do we make that look multiple? How do we make that look different? And so that's the part that I'm really looking forward to focusing on. And I think it's also it's a leadership position within a great organization. So that's the part that I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah, dude, I get my name on a door with a title.
Boy, it's going to look great on the resume.
Wow.
Offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. Because when he goes to get his next job, nobody's going to question that. Wow, you were offensive coordinator for the Cowboys. Well, okay, come on.
What'd you do? Well, I had a leadership role within the organization. problem solver.
Uh-huh.
How
about that? With a swanky title.
It's like AI answered the question for him. Mom, it says offensive coordinator on my desk, like on my nameplate. Got a new fancy one. I don't know. That's crap.
Yeah.
That was crap.
That was crap.
I did like what I heard from Matt Eberflus. We'll hear from the new Cowboys defensive coordinator coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. If you need any winter gear, Sam still has the winter gear on display in his showroom. Jackets, hoodies, half-zips, beanies, you need your logo on it, go see Sam. You need T-shirts, screen printed, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need caps done, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom. And he's got all the popular cap brands as well, Katie Caps, Nike Cap America, the Richardson 112 style trucker caps in stock. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from all kinds of industries, medical, restaurant, construction, schools, leagues. Nobody has better prices. Sammy has all the big name brands. No order too big, no order too small. All items do come with a warranty. So call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900. 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro. It's about a mile inside Loop 410, next to the Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
The Morning Huddle.
Remember Wheatley?
Oh, Wheatley. God, R.I.P. Wheatley High.
No.
A bunch of Mexicans thought they were black.
Yeah. What's Health Careers High School?
That's a bunch of Mexicans thought they were white.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Many of the successes you've had began with a great opportunity. Now, here's another one. Get started on your degree or certificate in San Antonio. Choose from more than 135 degree and certificate programs, faster onboarding, and more from University of Maryland Global Campus. Get personalized local support services and take online or hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
Most of us go to the doctor when we're sick or need prescriptions refilled. But at the Institute for Functional Health, we offer a different and complete version of primary care. This means you will get the medications you need, but we will also put together a custom game plan to fix the root cause and allow your body to heal itself. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we help people get off of medications. Call me for a free consultation, 468-1891, or online at iffhealth.com. You will experience a doctor's visit unlike any you've ever had. 468-1891.
Celebrating Black History Month, brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Growing up, Robert Battle dreamed of dancing for the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater. Now artistic director, he discusses the dance group's 60th anniversary.
You have to be mindful that you are part of a legacy, that you're taking care of a legacy that has history.
What do your home and auto have in common? Progressive protects them both. That was an easy riddle. Learn more at progressive.com.
Being arrested is embarrassing, humiliating, and potentially life-changing. If you want to rewrite the script on the worst night of your life, then you're going to need a stable of aggressive and skilled attorneys. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, Attorneys at Law. We are here to get your life and reputation back. Visit TexasArrest.com or call 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-million. As a former major crimes prosecutor, I've seen almost every type of arrest scenario play out. From small-degree drug accusations to death penalty capital murders, I've handled almost every type of case the state of Texas can charge you with. At Barton & Associates, we know how to flip the script and get your life back on track. Call us at 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-MILLION. Or visit us at texasarrest.com. That's texasarrest.com. Barton & Associates, we are here to get your life and reputation back.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
If you're tired of drinking the same old beer, good news for you, friends. Karbach Brewing has you covered. They've got something for everybody in their lineup. No matter what you like, they can improve on what you've been drinking. Whether it's a Hopadillo, a Love Street, or a Crawford Bock, they've got something for everybody. And Karbach has one of the leading IPAs in San Antonio, Hopadillo IPA, an iconic Texas IPA packed with the bitterness of hops from around the world that the hop monster craves. And one of Karbach's leading brands, the top seller in San Antonio, in fact, is the Love Street Blonde. It's a state of mind, a San Antonio state of mind. It's a Kolsch-style blonde, hopped delicately with floral German hops. This beer has the clean malt profile that you're looking for. And if you're used to drinking cerveza, they've got that as well. The Karbach Cerveza Especial is right for you. Like I said, something for everybody. And when you're in Houston, make sure you go check out the brewery, check out all the beers they have on tap. But while you're here in San Antonio, you want to try something new, why don't you try out a Karbach?
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on YouTube. You can always subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Come hang out with the Blitz tomorrow afternoon live at Round Table Pizza, the Park North location there, 410 in Blanco. Blitz live 2 to 6 tomorrow. Apparently it's going to be cold outside, but inside the beer is cold and the pizza's hot. So
yes,
come grab a slice and a cold drink and
going to be a lot of fun out there. Come on out. And the pizza's great, too, by the way.
While they do have restrooms, don't sit down or you'll get ridiculed by Reinagel.
If I walk in, you will, yes. Beans and Franks. Is that what he said?
But it was rice and beans.
Oh, rice and beans.
Pineapple on your pizza. Don't do it. Although they claim to have good ones there.
Yeah.
The Cowboys had a deal yesterday where all the new assistants talked. And the one that I really cared to hear the most from was Matt Eberflus, who a lot of old Cowboy fans not happy when he originally left the organization, thinking that he could be the next head coach at one point. And he had success, became a head coach, and, well, you know what happened. So now he's back as being the defensive coordinator. And everybody wants to know, you're Matt Eberflus, but you've got a Micah Parsons. How are you going to utilize Micah Parsons?
Yeah, Micah's a premier pass rusher. We're going to use him that way, certainly. And he's a heck of an athlete and do a lot of different things for us on defense. And when you have a guy like that, you want to be able to utilize his skill set. And as we're around him more, we'll be able to see what that skill set is and really take advantage of that.
Yeah, that's interesting, and I know Eberflus had his own worries, but the more we're around him, we'll see what those are. I mean, I don't know. Is he going to discover something new?
Well, I think the biggest thing for anybody in that position, but now that it's Eberflus's job, is to make sure Micah doesn't wear down late, to make sure he's ready to go and has energy late in the fourth quarter. Micah's a one-speed guy, but when he starts to run out of gas, he runs out of gas, whether it's late in the game or late in the season. He's a pass rusher, but he's not built like a typical pass rusher. So how do you get – and he gets double and triple teams all game long. So, you know, you've got to come up with that. So I'm curious to see how that changes from, you know, mid to late February to August to October to December. With things that he's saying. Now, one of his shorter answers of the day when he was asked about Mazi Smith.
Yeah, I'm excited about Mazi. I liked him coming out. Real explosive athlete, big body type that can move really well. So we're excited about bringing his games to the next level, and he can certainly do that.
He gets blocked really well too, Coach. In case you haven't seen that, he's really not much of a factor either, Coach. And have you seen that?
Well, I mean, did you hear him? He talked about coming out of college. Not anything that guy has actually done in the National Football League.
Because he hasn't done anything.
Well, I mean, again, I think I liked him coming out. If I would have had him coming out of college, this is what I would have done. They didn't do that, so I'm going to do it now. That's what I heard. That's not what he said, but that's what I heard. The difference there. He does know that the Cowboys have to get better at stopping the run.
Yeah, pretty simple. We take the ball away. That's what we do. We stop the run, and we want to make exciting plays for our football team, and that's really what we do.
He's not a man of many words, is he? Which is a good thing. Not bad. Not bad. Who knows? It's look, these guys are being interviewed for the first time. They all say the right things. They all do they just do. And so it's, you say, hey, that's the Eberflus guy. Sounds great. He's got a great plan. Well, we'll see.
I mean, the reality is I've got a defense philosophy. Sounds like the other guys. We all want to stop the run. We all want to get takeaways because that's what everybody does. You go with that. Now, one of the advantages that I think the Cowboys will have with a guy like Eberflus, he has been a head coach. And his experiences, he'll be a good sounding board for a guy like Schottenheimer, who's a first-time head coach.
Again, the first couple of meetings I had with him, I said, I'm here for you. I want to really just do a good job of bouncing ideas off of me, experiences that I had, and just working together, to be able to utilize me because I do have the experience of being a head coach for him and to make his job easier.
Yeah, that's great. You got fired. Should have been fired a year earlier.
Should have been.
Should have been.
Should have been.
But you weren't, and you were fired mid-season the next year. Look, he's going to be a fine defensive coordinator. I don't have any issues with that. I think it's going to be fine. And, again, these guys say all the right things. Fans get excited. Oh, that was a great hire. We'll see.
Well, OC, I don't know if that's a great hire. I mean, he's got a title. He's excited about having a leadership role within an organization. But in reality, he was the offensive line coach at Arizona. How will he impact the Cowboys' offensive line? Clayton Adams is the guy's name. Clayton spelled with a K. What does he want from the Cowboys' offensive line?
The same thing that I want from every player on offense, and that is to create violence in the game, be aggressive, run, hit. I think that every decision that we make schematically needs to lean that direction. So if there's gray area, what is going to allow these guys to play more free and run and hit and be violent?
Good question, Coach.
Well, again, no, he wants violence. It's February 18th, and he already sounds hoarse. I mean, what's it going to be like when training camp rolls around? But at the same time, I mean, okay, as an offensive line coach that gets promoted up, you know where his skill set lies. Offensive line, unless you play the position, is that one area, I don't care how much you think you know football, whether I'm talking about Joe, Pledge, me, you driving right now on 281, or you over there on 410, or you on Highway 90. We don't know jack about offensive line play. We just don't. That's the one area of football that is so detailed-oriented that if you really don't know what's going on, we have no idea. If you're a coach, you have an idea. But outside of that, we don't know. So was Arizona's offensive line really that good? What was the rest of the problem? I mean, I judge offensive linemen by how often they're helping the quarterback up. How often do I hear their name called holding? Number 79 for the Houston Texans. I mean, you just kind of go with it. I don't know. But apparently he was good at his job. He sounds like it.
I'm sure he's a good coach. You want to see a good offensive line, you go rewatch the Super Bowl and watch that team in green. They had a pretty good offensive line. That's a good offensive line. That's good offensive line play. The Cowboys haven't had that, and they really haven't. They've got to do a better job of run line. The problem for this guy is who are the pieces going to be? Because you don't know some of them, right? You don't know if Zach Martin's coming back. Terrence Steele, what's going to happen to him? I've seen reports where the Cowboys could just cut him loose.
Yep, he could be a cut.
So you really don't know what you're going to have to work with just yet, other than BB and Tyler Guyton and Tyler Smith. You know those guys are going to be there. So it's tough for these guys right now, all of them, because quite frankly, and I think that would be for any head coaching staff, and a team like the Cowboys that have some holes to fill. You got the combine coming up. You want to take a look there. And then you've got the free agency period. Are the Cowboys going to be players? What are they going to do? And, who do they want to target in that respect? So who are you going to have? You don't know. So these guys have a tough job right now. They can put their plan in place as far as their schemes and that kind of stuff, and then try and go out and get the guys that fit those schemes.
One of the things that should help, and I say should help the Dallas Cowboys, is the NFL today informed the teams that the salary cap is going to be between $277 and $281.5 million. So up from last year by a lot.
About $20 million.
Yeah, well, I mean, and again, it's a weird range between 22 and 26 million. So over the last 2 years, the cap's gone up $53 million. So Cowboys, I mean, you look at last year's cap, we know it goes up every year, but we've all been talking about where they're at right now, the cap relative to last year's number. Well, that number just got a lot lighter based off this year because they released this now so teams can start preparing. You've got the draft coming up. You've got free agency coming up. It's going to be within this range. We don't know the exact number, but you guys can guesstimate pretty easily now. We know they're going to rework Dak's deal. I don't even know that. I mean, Dak, hey, congratulations. We turned this into a bonus. Congrats. It hit your bank account tomorrow at noon. Cool. Doesn't change his money, but it affects the cap hit. Same thing with CD. You look at a Diggs. I would imagine that would be a contract that's going to get reworked. Bosa, are they going to re-sign him? Who else are they going to be able to go get? But all of a sudden, you look at a cap increase of between 22 and 26 million. So let's call it $24 million. Let's go in the middle.
All right.
They got an extra $24 million to play with as of today. Go spend it wisely, Jerry.
Well, they're $9 million right now over the cap, so you got to take that away. So you're down to $15 million.
Okay, but again, once they rework a couple of those deals, that's going to free up more money. I saw a thing today from Mike Fisher out of Dallas, how they could easily create $100 million in cap space.
I saw the same thing.
And, all right, easy. Let's go air quotes with that, Stephen. But it certainly seemed doable. I mean, to create it's not hard for these teams to create cap space when they need to do it. The question is, do they want to do it, and when do they want to do it? Jerry could have done this last year with both CD's deal and Dak's deal by getting them done sooner. How much can he create if Micah gets done sooner rather than later? And Micah keeps saying he doesn't need to be the highest paid guy. If I'm the Cowboys, I'm talking to him now. You keep saying this, Micah. Here's the contract. Sign it or quit lying to the people.
Although he sends out a tweet today after the salary cap went up with just an LFG.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
That's it. Jerry, I'm going to sign you that bargain deal, and we're going to go get some players.
Yeah.
LFG. Let's go.
You know,
right?
And I will say this, in Micah's defense, I will say this. I think he means it. He's one of those. Now, look, he wants to get paid, and he wants to be respected when he gets paid. I believe him when he says he doesn't have to be the highest paid guy, although his agent will probably talk him out of that. But if it is a decent deal, I believe Micah Parsons would sign it because he wants to win. And I believe that with all my heart, that this guy truly wants to win. I'm not saying that everybody else doesn't want to, but I think Micah would take, I don't know, $4-5 million less perhaps over the term of the contract, which is not a lot, but if it gives the Cowboys some flexibility. The flexibility they're going to have, we read that. I read another article today that the Philadelphia Eagles over the last 3 years have outspent the Dallas Cowboys by $78 million.
Yep.
And look what Philadelphia, they've been to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's a matter if you've got the money, you create cap space, that's great. And then you got to go use it. And that's been the problem.
And what were we just talking about? Dominant offensive line, dominant defensive line. They had a pretty good running back, too. But they dominated the trenches on both sides. That's where it starts. Bottom line for the Dallas Cowboys.
There's no question about it.
Bottom line. Tiger Woods, his injuries has made him one of us. What happens to us on a regular happened to Tiger yesterday. We'll explain coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Boy, you know, the weather here is just unpredictable. It's crazy, right? We have hot weather one day and then just icy cold weather the next, like we're experiencing today. That wind last night was unbelievable. But it's just what happens in February in San Antonio and South Texas, right? These cold temperatures. I see where we could get some freezing rain on Friday. And Texas roofs, right, really aren't designed for winter weather because that ice accumulates up there, then it melts, and that water seeps into the little cracks, then it refreezes. That creates bigger cracks, and that could result in loose shingles. They could damage your home. You need a reliable roofer. And, of course, I'm talking about Stevens Roofing because your roof is the shield that protects your home and family. And you don't want to wait until you see the damage. Call the trusted professionals at Stevens Roofing. They're a family-owned business with a solid reputation for reliability and quality service. Look, now is not the time for a DIY fix. You want to call Stevens Roofing today. They will come out and give you a free roof inspection. The number to call is 210-785-0994, or you can visit them online at stevensroofing.net. Don't let Texas weather catch you off guard. Your roof keeps your family safe, and Stevens Roofing is here to make sure you are always covered. Stevens Roofing, protecting Texas families one roof at a time. That phone number again is 210-785-0994.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
10-yard line, touchdown Vegas, what a wild finish!
Your home for the NFL.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Are you facing divorce, a child custody battle, or a complex family dispute? AJ here for the Hicks Law Firm. Attorney John Hicks brings unique experience to the table. As a veteran and first responder, he knows the challenges, he knows the pressure, and he knows how to fight for what's yours. The Hicks Law Firm offers flat-free representation from beginning to end and payment plans so you can get representation now. Visit jhickslawfirm.com for a free consultation. That's jhickslawfirm.com, a local law firm with the national resources you need to win.
The Blitz is going to Vegas. Come along for an unforgettable Mega March weekend at Circa Las Vegas, March 27th through the 30th for opening day and the second weekend of the tournament. Thursday, March 27th, celebrate the start of the baseball season and watch all the games at the world's largest sports book, plus the ultimate March Hoops experience. Take in the action in the 6 pools and the 143-foot screen at Stadium Swim. Book now and use promo code BLITZ at circalasvegas.com. And join Jason and Joe at Circa Resort and Casino.
Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 16, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology to match your forward-thinking spirit and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm.
For details. Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms: irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Los Angeles Chargers have been designated for an international game. They're going to play the second ever regular season game in Brazil on September the 9th. No opponent named just yet, but keep this in mind. The Houston Texans are scheduled as one of the Chargers' 9 home games this upcoming season. And the NFL, well, they're raising the salary cap for 2025. Going to be in the range of $277.5 to $281.5.
SportsCenter brought to you by Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Synergenicshealth.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on YouTube. You can always watch on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Maybe you're listening on one of the many apps online at sasportstar.com. Appreciate you tuning in on this frigid Wednesday afternoon.
Frigid.
Yes.
Wednesday afternoon. Yes. Man, it's cold. It got really, I went sit down on the back porch last night when that thing really blew in, and it was like, man, that was cold.
So, back porch, heater, fire pit, cigar. Did you finish the cigar, or did Mother Nature say, put that out and go inside, young man?
No, actually finished the cigar, which was very good, by the way. It was nice, and got a little one of those little stand-up heaters, you know what I'm talking about, and then a table with a little fire pit there. But once that wind started coming in, none of that made any difference. None of it.
I know I got home, I went for my walk, and on the walk, it was getting colder and colder and colder. I mean, I only walked for a mile. It's not like it was that long. Like, the difference between, like, 6:40 and 7 was stupid.
It was crazy. Yeah, there's no doubt. It got cold, and it's still cold. I mean, it is really cold out there. Just walking from the car inside the studio today, the radio station was tough.
Well, I know the Reinagel cold factor because, honestly, Joe does not like to wear a coat. I've learned this about Joe over the last 3 years. He'll bitch about being cold, but he's like, dude, I'm going from the parking lot to the building. I don't need to wear a coat.
Yeah.
He was wearing a coat today.
Wore a coat today.
To go from the parking lot to the building.
I did.
The question is, will you remember the coat after the show?
Yes, I will. And if I don't remember it, as soon as I open the door to go outside, I'll remember it. I promise you that. Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes you got to bring that out, and the rest of the week is going to be the same.
There's some sentences you don't expect to ever read. This might be one of them on our YouTube chat from John Sobery. I had ice on my goat's water this morning.
Waterer. What is a goat's waterer?
I don't know. I'm afraid to ask.
Does that provide water for the goat
It might
continually?
be. Or maybe the little drip froze after we went pee-pee. I don't know what his waterer is, but it's not a sentence I expect to read. I don't want to read about any of your goats, to be honest with you.
Well, I hope it's not from the goat's pee-pee.
Well, it could. It would freeze.
Well, I know, but that would be miserable.
Well, of course it would be miserable.
Poor goat.
Like that dude we saw up there where it gets cold all the time who got in that fight and was his pants came down and he's got stuck to the concrete. Remember that video?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That hurt just looking at the video.
Yeah, well, yeah, and they had to
when those cops pulled him
scrape
up.
that thing off. Yeah.
Yeah. That'll leave a mark.
Wow. Or some skin. Either way.
Apparently, the waterer is how they drink.
Okay.
Isn't that called a trough?
No.
A bowl?
Apparently,
do
John
goats not get a bowl of water?
John's pretty fancy. You know, he's got a waterer.
A waterer?
A waterer.
Waterer. You know, Sam's being all technical. The pee would be warm to freeze immediately. Who says immediately? I mean, after a while, you know, the drippage is going to freeze.
I suppose. If it's, yeah, because, I mean, there's still, yeah. You're still going to have some there on the tip of the goat's wiener. That could freeze. That poor goat. That would be horrible.
Dude, relax. He's a goat.
Well, I feel bad for him.
Why do you feel bad for the goat?
Well, because the dude won't be able to go pee-pee.
Just don't read the next one. Don't read it out loud. You guys can go read it on YouTube, although most of you are smart and can figure out the fourth grade humor there. John is still mad at us for being off on Monday. Apparently, it's our fault we didn't come to work, and he apparently slept all day.
Well, that's good. You probably needed it, John.
Yeah, exactly. You shouldn't be mad at us. You should thank us. Lisa Campos will join us coming up at 3:35. We'll get the latest on UTSA to see if they're anywhere closer to having a plan for the revenue share model that is right around the corner. They announced yesterday a ticket increase for season tickets of about 8%. Lisa Campos at 3:35. Right now, let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
You know, the college athletics world has changed dramatically because now it's just pay for play. Deion Sanders made 0 recruiting trips, saying, quote, "I'm not doing that." Not one trip to go sit in some dude's living room and convince the mother, come play here.
Well, I don't think Deion has to. I mean, if you want to go play for Deion, if I was a parent of a player, I would steer him to Colorado. I love the way Deion is. He holds his players accountable. He makes them be gentlemen, and they have to study and all that good stuff. And I would steer him that way.
Deion is old school, so I'm surprised, with the exception of just lazy, arrogance, I don't have to go recruit. But you think about the great recruiters, and again, I'm going old school here. You look at a Mac Brown, you look at a Nick Saban. For that matter, Jeff Traylor, who was the recruiter of the year, I believe, while he was at UT and at Arkansas. We know that Jeff Traylor can recruit like nobody's business. That's done on building relationships. I mean, Nick Saban, Mac Brown, those Jeff Traylor knows every high school coach. You go into that town, Nick Saban's coming to town, that was a big deal. A big deal. And, you know, when Nick Saban knew how to play the cards, he'd make sure he went to a popular local restaurant to eat. Yes, I'm here looking at that guy. Mac Brown would do that. Deion's missing out. I really do think at some point, you've got a lot of money, and if you don't win, you're not going to be there very long. That's the name of the game. But Some of it is just building relationships with those coaches and with those parents. It's a lot more than just how much money can I get.
I don't know that it is, Jason. Not anymore. The guys you're talking about, you mentioned Jeff Traylor. Yeah, he's got all those relationships. But how many coaches have told us now? It's just, well, how much?
Yeah.
What am I going to get paid? And especially if you're talking to a 4 or 5 star recruit, it's like, hey, what's in it for me? And I think things have changed so much. Now, look, on some of the other players, perhaps that is important, but I think with the bigger players and the bigger starred players, it's all about what are you going to pay me, how much, and let's go. And if they don't like it, that's why there's no relationships anymore. That's why the transfer portal is such a disaster.
True.
Oh, well, the coach doesn't like me anymore. I'm not playing enough. I'm going to transfer. I'm going to go somewhere else. Or X school over there is going to pay me more than Y school over here. And it's all ridiculous.
Almost as ridiculous as the All-Star game. And I know a lot of people complaining about the All-Star game. In fact, I got a video up on the San Antonio Sports Star Instagram page saying the NBA needs to do what hockey has done, because hockey has figured out a way to make a mid-season break exciting with a tournament, the finals tomorrow night, USA against Canada in Boston. I thought it was bad enough that Draymond Green had a microphone and trashed NBA All-Star Weekend during the official broadcast. But even J.J. Redick said he didn't watch that beep when asked about NBA All-Star Weekend. If you can't even get your coaches to watch and promote, what are you doing, Adam Silver?
Well, it's obviously nobody wants to watch it. None of the big players want to participate. It's just nobody wants to watch it, and it's dying on the vine. And it's not just basketball; it's all sports. And the only reason the hockey is exciting is because we had 3 fights in the first one. And you want to see 3 more tonight or tomorrow night when Canada and USA turn. Other than that, nobody gives a damn. I mean, honestly. I mean, I applaud them for trying to do something different, but nobody cares. The only reason you care is because Canada and the United States hate each other right now.
I think for an average or non-existent hockey fan, yeah, you want to see the fights. But if you've watched this, it's been competitive. It's been good. The viewership has been great. The fights the other night have made it a very common talking point, not just something cool for hockey fans to watch, but it did propel. It was that event that has guys like you aware. Maybe you tune in, maybe you don't. And not just Joe, but all you guys that just don't watch hockey, you're aware of the game, so maybe you put it on tomorrow. It's on basically every ESPN platform, including Disney Plus. They want you to watch this. They're making it hard for you to avoid. But if those 3 fights get you to tune in for 15 minutes tomorrow night, then hockey is won. At least you're aware of it. I don't know how many people were aware of it that weren't typical hockey fans. And if it gets you to watch and brings you to the table, this crazy exhibition might bring people to the hockey table. The NHL has won. They've done it right.
Sure. And if they don't have fights, nobody would have watched except hockey fans. That's it. You get good hockey watching the NHL.
Well, yeah.
That's good hockey.
Well, sure.
But people aren't watching it unless you're a hockey fan. You're not going home, most people like me, and say, oh, man, the Edmonton Eskimos are playing the New Jersey Devils. I can't wait. Let's call the family and have a party.
Could you imagine?
Nobody's doing that.
If the Devils are playing Canadian football.
Oh, that's right. Well, it's the Oilers.
It's the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, gotcha. See,
you're learning. You got it half right.
Sure.
You know they'll battle for that gray Stanley Cup.
Dude, it's if it weren't for the fights, honestly, would hockey be that entertaining?
Yeah.
Well, for you, it is.
If you're
a hockey fan.
Well, see, and it's kind of like this TGL stuff. You're all into it. Pledge is all into it. I've tried to watch it. I can't. I don't like it. Granted, I gave it one opportunity, and I haven't even gone back. Like, I know it's on. I'm aware of it. I don't give a damn to give it a second chance. Although,
There you go.
with what I saw on the highlights yesterday, with Tiger Woods being one of us, maybe, because the great Tiger Woods, with all his injuries, and I got to put him on a computer screen, it's not even real, but he did something that one of us might do.
How far? 99. Why'd you go? He ain't got another wedge. What is he doing? He's got a wedge. What are you doing? 199. He said 99 yards. I said 99. No, I heard you say 99. Not 199.
I'm going to have to do some investigative journalism. What the hell just happened?
No, I heard 99 yards. So I grabbed my 56 and I hit it 100 yards.
He hit it 100 yards. That's what he heard. You know, it's that old man hearing, I think, too, right? I mean, 99 yards. He pulls out a wedge. He hits it perfect, and it's, I don't know, it's about 100 yards short. So.
Now, the way I understand that, like on a golf course, like real golf, caddy would say 99 because you can look and see that it was really 199. So the caddy only gives you the yardage for, like, you assume the one. But on a computer screen, you don't do that. So I think caddy talk, 99 was the right call, but Tiger didn't factor in this isn't real. So he pulled out something that he could hit 100 yards instead of 200.
And he nailed it right down the middle. It would have been right by the stick had they given him the right one. Said later, afterwards, he was interviewed, the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to him on a golf course. Oh, he wasn't on a golf course. But the depth perception is different. You're on a golf course, you can see it's a long way. And a computer screen, not so much.
Well, and there are people out there like James Pledger. You know, like when we were at the Golf Club of Texas this past weekend, Pledge has a little deal on his phone. It was like 122 to the back of the green. And then he gets a little, I don't know, binocular monoscope thing, and he's doing that. Yep, verified.
You don't have one of those?
Dude, I wouldn't know what to do with that if I did, and nor would I know what club to go pull out to hit it exactly there.
It's called a rangefinder.
Well, I know what it's called. I've got one in the bag. I just don't use it because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
I'm playing with a driver, a 5, a wedge, and a putter.
So you just wasted $300 on a rangefinder for no reason.
It was a gift.
Oh, all right.
Do you use one?
Yes, of course I do.
Do you know what to do with it?
Yes. I know exactly what to do with it.
Then what's your excuse?
I have no excuse. I'm a pretty damn good golfer.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because, you know, Pledge pulls that thing out and then overshot the green like 3 times
I'm telling you.
On Saturday, so he doesn't know how to translate it.
Pledge is a little erratic.
A little?
Yeah. He's a little erratic.
Yeah, he was Saturday.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Wish I'd have been there. But, hey, I was at a gender reveal.
Uh-huh.
I got to get out there, though. I'll tell you what, the Golf Club of Texas, you guys are telling me. I mean, my goodness. And I've seen some of it, but the improvements they continue to make out there are just fantastic. And as I look at my weather app, Sunday is going to be absolutely gorgeous. So here's what you need to do, and do it right now. Go to golfclubtexas.com. golfclubtexas.com. That's where the best rates are, and find you a tee time for Sunday, because it is going to be fantastic. And in the meantime, the Golf Club of Texas now has a new dinner menu that's open to everybody. Again, when you walk in there, you think you're walking into a private club. You're not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. And I tell you what, the food at the 10 Cup Bar and Grill is just fantastic. And I'm looking at a picture right now on their Instagram page, and it's fantastic. Chicken fried steak, macaroni and cheese. It is fantastic. You don't have to play golf. You just take the family out there for dinner. And I'm going to tell you the best thing about that is you're not going to break the bank. The prices are fantastic. They got all the drinks you need, all the beer you want. Everything you need is at the Golf Club of Texas. But again, the weather is going to turn nice, and it's going to be beautiful on Sunday. Make your tee time to get out there on Sunday and play some golf. Golf Club of Texas, you know exactly where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether you're headed out there for dinner at the 10 Cup or around with your buddies, your next tournament. Again, best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Guys, if you ever spend time on social media, you'll often find yourself just being hit with bad news and worse comments, and you'll see how everybody's life is so picture perfect, and they've got this great job promotion, and you're wondering, man, where am I? It's hard not to get wrapped up in how everyone else is doing. Imagine how you'd feel if you just spent 45 minutes focused on how you're doing. That's what they're about at Cerebral. They make it easier than ever to access dedicated therapists and doctor-prescribed medication personalized to you. And the best part, Cerebral offers in-network care so you can focus on feeling better without worrying about the cost. If you're dealing with stress, anxiety, you want to be more present and focused, you want to sleep better, you want to have better relationships, you've got to work on yourself. Cerebral is proud to be an official sponsor of the San Antonio Spurs. Just like athletes prioritize their physical health, mental health is just as important, and Cerebral's here to help you build a strong foundation for your overall being. So take the first step today. Visit Cerebral.com to see how affordable and accessible mental health care can be with insurance. Cerebral, make time for mind time.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases, we do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to Hims.com/joy. HIMS.com/JOY.
Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer lets you easily compare direct rates from different insurance companies, so you can be confident you're getting the right one, even if it's not with Progressive. Way more confident than you were when you bought that TV in a parking lot. It just happened to not come in a box or include a remote. And when you finally managed to turn it on, all it displayed was the menu of Grumpy's Tacos. So use Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer and be confident you're getting insurance that's right for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
It's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit GetEthos.com. That's GetEthos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now save 50% on the new Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
This is A.J. Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob Thompson tomorrow morning at 6 for the perfect ride to work on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. You were just talking about the Golf Club of Texas. That's where we will be for our spring golf tournament presented by Flight by Yingling. You can get registered now at sasportstar.com. And Friday, we're having our official kickoff party at the clubhouse, which is down by the entrance to Brackenridge. The clubhouse run by the Pan American Golf Association, Avenue B, just off Broadway. This Friday from 2 to 6, we're going to have a putting contest. And the winner of the putting contest will win a foursome into our golf tournament. It's the Flight Foursome, so you get a chance to win that from Flight by Yingling. They've got a ton of prizes to give away, You can even register to win a golf trip for 4 to Kingston Resort in South Carolina.
Wow. Now, see, that'd be a fun trip.
Yep.
Bunch of fellas head on down there for a guy's trip, play some golf. That'd be great.
So Friday, 2 to 6 at the Clubhouse off Broadway near the entrance to Brack with Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Lisa Campos will join us in about 10 minutes. And when you think about the business side of sports, which is what we're going to talk with Dr. Campos about, the Spurs ongoing in arena, there's been some articles in the Express News lately about why does the city even need the county to do this? They can come up with the money. Today we read that the Houston Texans might, keyword might, they're checking to see which way the wind is blowing right now, might try to get a publicly financed new stadium.
Huh. You mean instead of the one they're playing in right now that was publicly financed?
Well, but again, it's old. It's outdated. And the cost of renovating it is not conducive to compared to the cost of just building a whole new one.
Well, I'm not sure about that. We're talking about billions these days.
Yep.
I'm reading this article in the Houston Chronicle about this, and they're the ones that broke this story. And the Texans really have a pretty good deal here.
They got a great deal, like most.
And so, well, no, but I mean, the Astros and the Rockets don't have the same sweetheart deal that the Texans have.
They're not in the NFL.
I'm just saying they don't. And according to this article, they still owe $1 billion on all 3 of those facilities, which were all built at the same time.
Which is what surprises me, knowing how fast San Antonio paid off the Alamo Dome. But what I'm curious of, and man, I could be opening up a can of worms here. How do rodeos have so much power? Right? I'm not in the rodeo world, but here it's the Frostbank Center, and the Spurs got to go on the road for a month because of the rodeo. And rodeo helped get that building built, and rodeo this, rodeo that. As you read this, you got the Harris County Sports Convention Corporation. They got to figure out how to make things work with the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Now, I know it's one of the best rodeos in the world and one of the biggest, but we're talking about the NFL having to play second fiddle to a rodeo?
Well, I mean, obviously they're big money makers. I mean, they're huge. You go to the rodeo, you go down there, it's always packed.
Sure.
Always.
Because it's a couple weeks a year.
I'm just saying, but it makes a hell of a lot of money that couple of weeks a year.
But, man, you talk about swinging it. I mean, you know, here in San Antonio, it feels like the rodeo people, they have a lot of control when it comes to what's there. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we don't get an NBA All-Star game because, well, it's right in the middle of our rodeo. Here, renovations to NRG, they got to work around the football schedule and the rodeo schedule.
You're going to put a new roof on there, $35 million.
Down in Houston?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If the combined cost of maintenance, $1.4 billion is needed over 30 years at the stadium, according to a recent assessment, maybe the Texans figure rebuilding or building a new one's cheaper than fixing up the one they have if it's $1.4 billion to renovate.
But that's the problem. They don't have to pay for it. That's the part of the sweetheart deal that they get. The county pays for all of the repairs and all of the stuff that they do there, where the Rockets and the Astros have to pay that. That's according to the Houston Chronicle article. So the Texans have a sweetheart deal. Then they say, I guess they sold seat licenses, right? So they contributed there. And so I guess the revenue, they don't pay rent, basically, to play there.
In fact, in a lot of ways, Houston pays the Texans to have a team there because what money that they send in, they actually get more back in other subsidies. So it is a hell of a deal, and they'll probably get another Super Bowl. The way that stadium is right now, they're not in line to get another Super Bowl.
Well, I just you talk about a tough fight for the citizens of Houston. I think you're going to have one here just simply because they still owe so much money on all 3 of those facilities. It's not like here where you're starting from scratch with the new Wemby Center versus what they're going to have to deal with there. That could be a very difficult fight. And be careful, Texan fans. You just might become the Nashville Texans.
What? No.
Hey, that's how the Oilers left. They wouldn't give them a new stadium. They don't give the Texans a new stadium. They might be off to the wild blue yonder somewhere.
Well, it won't be Nashville.
Well, it won't be Nashville.
But
maybe it's the Oklahoma City Texans.
I mean, somewhere. Somebody will get one. I mean, same thing here. Building a new arena keeps the Spurs in San Antonio. Bottom line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt. There's no doubt about it.
UTSA Athletic Director Lisa Campos will join us coming up next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, you know the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds. 210-225-2121 is the phone number. Text the word bail to 474747, or you could start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Thursday on the Morning Huddle, the Spurs are back in business playing a home game in Austin. We'll talk about it.
And Team USA taking on Team Canada in the finals of the Four Nations. Let's talk about how we're going to get rid of those syrup-drinking Canucks. Morning Huddle starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The hard water coming in and out of your home is like a rodeo. There's a lot happening, and a lot can go wrong. Like having a tea party during a bull riding event.
Excuse me, would you please pass the sugar?
Now that's hard. At the same time, those that know have a Kinetico quality water softener and enjoy smooth, soft, pure, clean water. It just makes everything better.
That's a nice bull. You want some cake?
If you don't have a Kinetico water softener in your home, you're basically inviting destructive hard water to beat up your appliances, your hot water heater, and every pipe in your home. And your coffee maker, hard water damages it too.
For limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Kinetico of San Antonio and the Hill Country.
Don't live in a hard water rodeo.
Ooh, he looks mad.
Call 656-PURE Kinetico.
License number 38961.
With basketball season in full swing, make watching the game a little bit more exciting with your chance to win money with Underdog, one of the leading sports apps, and you can play in Texas. You could win up to 1,000 times your money with Underdog, playing the pick'em game where you pick higher or lower on predicted stats. You can play with as little as $1, and if you get everything right on your pick'em entry, you could win up to 1,000 times your money. Yep, turn $1 into 1,000 with your hoops knowledge. Download the Underdog app and sign up using my promo code STAR to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona and Massachusetts, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey, San Antonio, multiple tours overseas, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training toward our low-cost degree and certificate programs. We call that credit where credit is due. For over 75 years, our dedicated success coaches have been helping service members achieve their goals. Get started with local support and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATS.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Yesterday, a lot of you, we got an email from UTSA where they announced new pricing and seating model for UTSA football. Basically, a ticket increase of about 8%. Still very, very affordable as we were going through this yesterday. A hell of a deal. And right now, UTSA trying to raise a bunch of money. So let's talk about it with UTSA Athletic Director Dr. Lisa Campos joining us on the Buyers Barricades guest line. The reaction that you have heard since the new pricing model went out yesterday about this time.
Yeah, nothing but positive reactions, at least what I've seen. I think people realize that it was time. We haven't had a lot of price increases in the last several years. We were just trying to get out of COVID. We were, just trying to get through that. And so I think that it was expected. Obviously, we want to be able to support our student athletes. We want to win championships, and there's going to be an investment. So I don't think it was a surprise by any of our season ticket holders.
Well, Lisa, I'm looking at this, and I got to tell you, I was pleasantly surprised because I look at the prices for tickets, and for 6 games, it's extremely affordable. I mean, $187 for a reserved seat? I mean, my goodness, we blow $200 downtown on a Saturday night, for goodness sake. So, I mean, honestly, if people take a look at this and they understand that it's really a great deal to go see some good football.
Absolutely. And, we've always prided ourselves on that there's a section for everybody, right? And we've always prided ourselves that it's affordable, but more than the game, there's a lot of fun things happening. It's a great family entertainment, great family place to take, and to explore and to just be a part of the excitement of UTSA athletics.
UTSA Athletic Director Dr. Lisa Campos joining us here on the Blitz. Now, Greg Luca writes in the Express News that this increase should generate about $250,000, give or take. But what I'm more concerned about, ticket sale revenue dropping from the latest numbers made available, 2.7 in 23. It was at 3.5 in 22 and 3.1 in 21. So will this increase kind of help make up ground from losses over the last couple of years, or will it actually be a net positive?
We want it to be more than a net positive. We have to continue investing in football, and we know that there's an untapped market out there that we need to get to help them understand what a great product UTSA football is, what great fun entertainment, what a family atmosphere. So our goal is really to increase season ticket, not just the prices, but we need to bring more people to the Alamo Dome. And, we've seen it the last, with the exception of last year, which I think, game times affected it. Having 2 Friday games on 2 Fridays was really tough on the families and folks who come to watch our games. But we think that we have a really great schedule. We don't know exactly what our game times are going to be. Hopefully we don't have any more of those Fridays, but we understand that that's just part of being part of the American Athletic Conference. But our goal is to really reach out to this community and sell more season tickets, more single game tickets, and get more fans in the stands.
Obviously, Lisa, and San Antonio, and this is not a knock on anybody, but it's a winner town, right? If you're winning, people are going to come, and they're going to come watch you, which leads us to, obviously, the revenue share and everything that you guys are going to have to deal with once this lawsuit is settled in April. Feel free to lay out your plan for us. I mean, if you've got a plan, we'd love to hear it. And I know it's difficult to do that, but what are the plans to get more good football players here because, unfortunately, it's just the time that we live in.
Absolutely. And, again, the plan has been in the works for months and months and months, ever since we knew that this was the direction it was going. Obviously, even when NIL first was introduced, and we are working really closely with all of our coaches to understand what is it that they're going to need to be competitive in the American Athletic Conference. We've had multiple conversations within the league. And I would tell you, all of these plans have been in the works for a long time. None of them are finalized, right, across the board, unless you're probably in the P4 and you're going to hit that $20 million mark. All of us are part of the plan too is we're going to have to generate more dollars. I mean, that's what everyone is looking at right now, and we're continuing to talk about this Play Fly Max. We're very, very close to announcing how we're moving forward with that. But at the end of the day, the really basic plan is we have to generate more dollars in order to be competitive in this league, to be able to participate in the revenue share program.
UTSA Athletic Director Dr. Lisa Campos here on the Blitz. Now, as I try to read and understand all of this and all the different articles that I've read, I see and read about, staff being hired to go raise money, the university committing money from the general fund, whatever that means. Has UTSA hired more ticket people or more people to go try to raise this revenue that will just be part of the profit sharing part?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, last year we added, another development staff member. Again, we're about to announce the hiring of someone, a general manager for our Play Fly Max position. We're continuing to look at, again, every possible way to generate the revenue that's going to be needed to be competitive.
Okay, Lisa, I'm just a simple guy from Alice, Texas. I don't know a whole lot, but this is a serious question. When you look at that athletic fund or the general fund or whatever that's going to come from, you don't start from zero every year, do you? I mean, there's got to be something in there to start with, is there not?
Yeah. So when you think about our athletic, our operating budget, so first of all, I think that there's some education for sure that in the state of Texas, athletic departments do not have access to a lot of different funding mechanisms, including state funding. So you can just move that aside. We do not have access to state funding. So what does that mean? All of our funding has to be auxiliaries. It has to be self-generated. And so from student fees to selling tickets to generate, just monetizing all the things we can do, that's how an athletics program is run in the state of Texas. Obviously, there is institutional support. Dr. Amy obviously has incredibly supported this athletics program, but none of that can come from the state coffers. That is all institutional support is coming from auxiliaries.
Is general fund, is that part of this money you can't touch, or is that part of the money you can get access to if President Amy allows that?
Yeah, when you talk about the general fund, I don't know the term you're using, but again, it's from an institutional standpoint, it is, again, Dr. Amy has grown our budget from an institutional support perspective, $5 million when I first got here in 2018 to over $19 million this year. So he has been able to find the right color of money on this campus, which is not easy to do, again, given the constraints from our legislature. So, again, state dollars, if you're talking general fund in terms of state dollars, we don't have access to those dollars.
Lisa, when you look at this, and I ask this question, and you as the athletic director, I know you have more than football to worry about, but when it comes to all athletics at UTSA, the commitment to making UTSA an athletic university, for lack of a better word, and with football leading the way, do you feel like that commitment is there from everybody in the administrative office?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you look at how we have invested in this department over the last 7 years, whether it's the community, again, selling more season tickets, giving more donations to the county and city. These facilities I'm sitting in today would not have been possible without the city support, without the county support. And then again, you look at over half of our the increase in our budget has come from Dr. Amy and that institutional support. So he, from Veronica Salazar, I mean, having land sales to help us build these facilities, like they have been so creative because they know the importance of what athletics can do for this institution and what it has done.
Lisa Campos joining us here on the Blitz, and obviously the commitment with facilities and all that, we all see that. And I guess with the revenue share model, what a lot of us don't see, and when we were talking about this yesterday, comments from callers to the show are on our YouTube page, which you can go back and read. I guess part of the confusion from the UTSA fan base right now is we don't know what the plan is. It doesn't look like UTSA has a solid plan yet for the revenue share. We don't even know how much money, of the $20 million, as you read around schools of your size, looks like $3.5–4 million seems to be the number for football. I don't know if that's what Jeff Traylor has asked for, but my guess, if Jeff says I need 4, you find 4. Do we have that to give him so he can make sure we gets the players here to still field a championship level football team?
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, and I love our fan base. I love the passion. We want transparency, right? And when you look across the nation, I think schools like a UTSA, even within the American Athletic Conference, not a lot of plans have been shared, right? Because number one, we're all still figuring this out, but number two, we're also we want the competitive advantage, right? And so I think that those are numbers that I'm sure at some point we'll get out about who's doing what, but I think that people have been really intentional on keeping some of that stuff internal from a competitive advantage standpoint. But to your point, yes, almost daily, Jeff and I have conversations about what that number needs to be and how we're going to get there. And so we're very in tune with each other and lockstep on how we're going to make sure that we don't lose the momentum that this football program has created for San Antonio and for this institution.
Obviously, Lisa, everything's going to change a little bit, I'm assuming, with the NILs and the collectives and all of that. But if I wrote UTSA a check for $100, what happens to that $100?
Well, until, as it relates to NIL, until the settlement is settled in April 7th, we currently cannot provide student athletes NIL. That's the purpose of the collectives, right? That was from day one. Institutions could not directly pay student athletes for NIL. So that $100, if you gave it to us, it's going to go to operations. It's going to go to scholarships. It's going to go to where you want it to go. If you told me I want $100 to go to football, it's going to football. Moving forward, we're going to continue. It's going to continue to be donor driven, and donors are going to now be able to give to facilities, to operations, to scholarships, and now the new line is to rev share, which is going to be additional scholarships is allowable, and also NIL. So that's going to be another bucket that our donors are going to be able to contribute to, and we're going to be able to then now directly pay student athletes for their NIL.
Lisa Campos here on the Blitz. I know it's confusing. There's a lot there. I want to go back to what you were talking about with a competitive advantage, because and I guess when you're a Power 4 team, we had Joey McGuire on Super Bowl week, head coach at Texas Tech. Now, and he told us, you guys watch Landman? That oil money is real, right? And they were able to lay out exactly how their plan was. So I get where at UTSA you would say we want the competitive advantage, but wouldn't it be, I don't know, better to say we've got a plan, we're not telling you for a competitive advantage, but our coaches are going to have everything they need, as opposed to every time we've talked since this was a thing, you've said we're working on a plan. April 7th is right around the corner.
Right. Well, and all plans are fluid, right? I mean, that we have a plan, we're moving forward with the plan, and we're very confident that plan is going to come to fruition. But it's not a day plan; it's a weeks and months plan of a lot of things need to align for us to. And I guess when we're talking about plan, this is how we're going to generate the revenue needed. In terms of the plan, the information, the data of that plan, yes, we know what our coaches need. We know what we're driving to. We know what we've told our coaches, hey, this is going to be what we're going to be able to do for you. And now they are in the recruiting process, knowing this is how we're going to be able to distribute and how the school is supporting this.
Okay, well, that's good to know. So Coach Traylor, for example, knows the money that he's got, basically that he's going to have to play with if and when, and everybody expects this thing in April to happen, but once that happens, he has a pretty good idea of the amount of money he's going to have to work with.
Absolutely. We've been talking about that for months. Yes, he knows what he needs, and he knows how we're driving to get him what he needs.
So he can go out and make deals based on those numbers, even though the plan isn't finalized yet. In other words, we know we're either going to go raise it or we'll get it from the university, but either way, he knows the pot of money that he has to go recruit out of.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
See, that's,
there you go. That's
yeah.
Yeah, that's encouraging.
Yeah.
No,
we got to have some faith here. We know how we're working this plan, and again, I think when you look across the nation, I don't think a lot of people are laying it out. We just know, and maybe we're answering your question in a different way, that we know how we're moving forward, and yes, we've had total communication with our coaches of how we need to move forward for them to be competitive.
Well, in full transparency, I mean, you read article, and I know, like Memphis, they've got the FedEx money, that different set of circumstances, but you read about this coach, that coach, and they know they've got X number. They wanted more, but the university said this is what we could do, and so that's what they're trying to work with. And feels like with UTSA, we don't hear any of those specifics until now, if that makes sense.
Yeah, again, all the articles I've read within our conference, I haven't, with the exception of the Memphis and the FedEx, I really haven't seen anyone talking specific numbers. But again, all of that's going to change as more people finalize their plans, and I think more of that information is going to come out probably after April 7th.
Well, and again, Lisa, that's why we appreciate you coming on the show with us to explain these things, because I think it makes Roadrunner fans, season ticket holders, or no matter what sport it is, feel a little bit better that you guys have had these conversations and the coaches are going to have what they need to get this thing done. Because, I mean, everybody, we see UTSA and again, football, the women's basketball team is just doing fantastic this season. And people want UTSA to do well. And having you come on the show and explain how this is getting done, I think, well, it's certainly a relief to me. And I know a bunch of folks that listen to this show, it's got to be a relief to them as well.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you giving me time. I hope people read the 5-page letter that sort of outlines it, because this is a really complex issue, right? There's no clear lines. The target's always moving. Things change day to day. It's a complex situation that we're all living every day. So I appreciate any opportunity to really help explain and help our fans understand how we're moving forward.
Well, and again, I think I go back, that letter you had a couple weeks ago was 5 pages, but honestly, I don't know what I learned from it because there was nothing specific in it. And a lot of the reaction was that way. So to hear you come on and talk about this, we've invited Dr. Amy on before. I know he's your boss, but he hasn't come on, and I don't know where he stands when it comes to truly supporting the athletic department, knowing he's more scholar side of things. So, and our listeners, that's what they want to know. We can see it in the comments right now on our YouTube page.
Well, for sure. Again, happy to always be on and help educate. You break my heart that you didn't learn anything in that 5-page letter, because we thought it was a pretty good educational piece about, because again, it's a really complex situation, and we really hope. And I thank the fans. I've had so many fans who've come up to me and said they read the entire 5 pages. They appreciated it. That gave them so much clarity. But to your point, I think people want a number, which is something that, Coach Traylor and I have even talked about, that there's some disadvantages about freely talking about how the investment is. And so, hopefully folks know that, again, Jeff and I are in total alignment about how we're moving forward with this. And we've come too far not to continue to support him.
And to be fair, I learned stuff about the process, but not the specific plan for UTSA, just to be clear on that.
Jason,
we all
don't make her cry.
Well, no, I mean, we all want to know what the plan is. You know, how are we going to keep a championship-level football team in San Antonio? Because that's what we all want. And how do we help get there? Which, one of those steps, buy season tickets.
You help get there for sure. You help by, when we can start rolling out our NIL, you help by donating to that, help by buying a season ticket, help by getting sponsors to continue to, new sponsors to sponsor us. I mean, every revenue-generating opportunity, that's how this community can help, is by investing in particularly football, but the entire department.
Lisa, and I'm just curious on this. With the season ticket rolled out, and I think, did they start going on sale today? Am I right about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you get
renewal?
Do you get updates and things that so you know kind of where you guys stand when it comes to season ticket sales?
Yep, absolutely. Our ticket folks, they know I like data, and they like giving me almost daily updates about how we're doing. And we monitor how many outbound calls, how many inbound calls, and we got that ticket staff working hard to make sure that we're reaching out to all of our existing season ticket holders. And then, of course, all new season ticket holders, we're going to make a push to get more San Antonio to start coming to these games.
GoUTSA.com. A couple of the comments, they didn't know season tickets went on sale today until just now. So, we're doing our part, help get that word out, because that's the big thing right now. GoUTSA.com. One of the comments says it's better if they buy them on campus. I didn't know there was another way to do it, but is there a better way for UTSA for somebody to buy tickets?
Yeah, for the purchaser, if you come on campus, you avoid the Ticketmaster fees. Obviously, it's a convenience to be able to sit at your home and buy those tickets, and that's why Ticketmaster has that fee. But certainly, if you want a personal touch, our ticket office is in the Race Center, and we do have a lot of folks who like to come in and get that personal touch with their ticket account manager. So either come in person or pick up the phone and call, our season ticket line, or buy them online through your ticket account. And then, of course, we'll be really pushing new season ticket sales out.
And while we're talking, Ben, Gilbert, and Fred on our YouTube said they renewed their season tickets today. So
there you go.
You got three there.
I love it.
Absolutely.
I haven't got the report I'll get it tomorrow morning, so I'll know those two are on there. So we really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
And,
so
again, find your closest 100 friends to get on board and buy a season ticket.
That's it. That's it. All right. So the court date, April 7th. Can we schedule you for the 7th or the 8th when we actually, or whenever you're ready to make an announcement and a plan that lays out, here's how we're dividing up this number of dollars, this to football, this to basketball, this to, when you do that, can we do that here on the show?
You're going to have to get Jeff's blessing. I don't know if he wants that number out there, so you can talk to him about that. And then, I was reminded, I sit on the Football Oversight Committee for the NCAA and was reminded April 7th is the court date. However, the judge might take days to weeks to make her ruling. So I was really excited about April 7th, as was everyone else. But it makes sense that it's the hearing date, not necessarily when she will make that final answer. So she may do it that day, or she may take a few days to process all of the objections and anything else that happened during that hearing. So we hope for April 7th, and we'll see what happens.
Awesome.
Yeah,
we'll follow it.
Nice way of saying she's not coming on April 8th.
Well, if the decision's not made, right, she will.
Oh, I know.
She will.
Good stuff.
No, thank you, Lisa.
I appreciate the time. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Dr. Lisa Campos, UTSA Athletic Director, here on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com. Let's react to what we just heard.
I think we should.
We will do that. We'll talk a lot about that. If you want to chime in, 210-656-ESPN, 3776. You know me, you listen to this show enough, you know the Roo Pub is my go-to spot. No better place to go watch any game, any big event than at the Roo, because they've got those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around. You think about tomorrow night, Spurs playing that home game up in Austin, got that big hockey game in Boston, USA against Canada. You need some place with 2 big old TVs? How about a place with 3 and TVs all around? That's the Roo Pub. And when you go there, go hungry. The food, fantastic, all made from scratch. They have the biggest and best wings in town, about 15 different burgers on the menu, great appetizers, great salads, and that kitchen is open late with the full menu available. So when you need a late-night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Go to the Roo Pub at 281 and Redland Road. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub, just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 and Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Taking you home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Try Round Table Pizza's new pepperoni, grilled chicken, and bacon pizza. And don't forget to pair it with our irresistible shareables, mozzarella sticks, jalapeno poppers, or golden potato wedges. The perfect bite to complement your meal. Find the nearest location or order delivery at roundtablepizza.com.
At the Institute for Functional Health, we are dedicated to helping you live life fully. Playing with your kids, golfing, and feeling great without relying on pills. We're not about treating symptoms temporarily. We're about extending your health span, the years you live in good health. I'm Dr. Torres, and for over a decade, my team has transformed lives by tackling health issues at the root. Tired of medications without real answers? Take control of your health with us. Call 210-468-1891 for a free Discovery Day consultation or visit IFFhealth.com. Improve your health span today.
Accomplishing goals is hard. But when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. Babbel is designed with you in mind. From expert-created lessons to conversational video units and even live classes, you can personalize your Babbel experience to be exactly what you need to really learn a new language more easily. Go ahead, set a goal for yourself. Accomplish it with Babbel. Try Babbel for free. Go to BABBEL.com. That's Babbel.com.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Gain Super Flings are here to take your laundry to the next level.
Talking about Gain Super Flings. Super size laundry packs. These things are huge. Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings laundry packs have 4 times the Oxy cleaning power and 3 times the Febreze freshness versus Gain Original Liquid.
Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings for next level laundry.
Something amazing is happening here. AI is increasing workloads on CPUs and GPUs. But this company's laptops are more than keeping pace. That's because CDW worked with them to future-proof their laptop fleet by configuring them with devices enabled with AMD Ryzen AI. Improve performance and free up resources with AMD Ryzen and CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com/AMD client.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
George gets justice. After being hit by an 18-wheeler, the experienced attorneys of George Salinas Injury Lawyers are San Antonio's choice for getting you the maximum compensation you deserve. With over 110 years of combined experience, they've recovered millions for their clients. 18-wheelers may be bigger than you on the road, but you can be bigger than them in the courtroom. George guarantees that you don't pay unless they win your case. Call 210-225-0909 today for a free consultation. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the NFL today informed teams that the 2025 per-team salary cap will fall in the range of $277.5 million to $281.5 million. That's way up from last year's $255.4 million. Cap will have increased by more than $53 million over the last 2 years. And the Super Bowl did well, 182.8 million viewers. That does include streaming.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Happy Wednesday. Cold, frigid Wednesday.
Cold, frigid. It's still stupid cold outside.
It's cold, yeah.
Yeah. My phone says 38. Feels like 25.
Please.
Which is far better than feels like 3, which is what it was at 7:30 this morning.
I just feels like. It feels like it's cold.
Yes, it's stupid cold.
Okay, that's what BS. It feels like.
We don't live here to have weather like this. If I wanted this, I'd live in Kansas.
Kansas?
I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to live in Kansas.
Did you see the snow in Kentucky?
Holy cow. Kentucky?
You say Kentucky Fried Chicken has moved their headquarters to Texas. They don't want to deal with this either.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Dude, it's too cold. I think most of the country is pretty chilly, other than
Phoenix.
Yeah, the desert.
Yeah. Perfect there, 78 degrees.
Yeah.
The feels like, and what's reality? Kind of how I feel like that conversation with Dr. Lisa Campos went. And a big part of that, I like Lisa Campos, and I know some people saying I was being hard on her on the YouTube channel. I just want to, everywhere we go when UTSA comes up, these are the questions that I get, that Joe gets if we're having a beer at the Roo Pub. And a fan walks in and says, what are we going to do for UTSA football? And the fact that UTSA football has grown to a point where that many people care, that's what they're talking about. Not the Spurs, not the Cowboys, not the Texans, not the Longhorns. It's UTSA football. It wasn't that way 5, 6, 8 years ago, I can promise you that. Yesterday, we were doing one segment on the ticket price increase email, and that turned into about 90 minutes of conversation. Because you guys care about UTSA at this point, where 3 years ago that wouldn't have been anything.
Well, and it is growing. And look, you mentioned the ticket sales or the revenue came down last year. Even Jeff Traylor's told us those Friday night games are killers.
Yep.
Because there's high school football. So that is a legitimate reason in my mind. But again, and I know the team won all 6 of its home games here last year. I get that. But the record overall was not that great. This town, and it's always been this way for as long as I've been here, and I know people are going to support the teams here regardless, but more people come out and go to games when the team is successful. It's just a fact. And so if you win, then more people are going to come out there. So it's you win games, you're going to get more revenue. And I think that's what they need to understand. So you got to pay for that. Unfortunately, I hate the way college football is right now. I don't like it at all. I'm not sure anybody does, except for the players that are getting paid.
Sure.
But it is reality, and you've got to come up with the money and pay these players to come here so you generate a winning football team or basketball, whatever.
The idea, and it's twofold. The other part of what you just said is, San Antonio, like most places, you're going to go support a winner. And, yes, UTSA went undefeated at home. And Jeff Traylor is always quick to tell you, since he's been here, what are they, 29-3, something along those lines, right? Mm-hmm. They play well in the Alamo Dome.
Yes.
But when you're not playing well on the road and you're trying to get excited for the next game, the other part, too, is San Antonio is historically a walk-up town.
Yep.
So selling season tickets is a challenge. I was glad to hear that they've hired people. I was glad to hear that they've hired more people in the development office, which is a fancy college word for a fundraiser type. They've got people to go out and try to raise this money. I didn't know that they had hired that person, and apparently they're about to announce somebody else that's going to get hired, whose job is to go out and raise this money. What we all want to know, and I get where she's going on a competitive advantage. And she put that squarely back on Jeff Traylor. Does Jeff really want that number out? I suppose if you're athletes or you're another school, both, and you know that Jeff Traylor's at $4 million. And $4 million is the number where I've read other like schools, that's about where they are. It's not like Texas Tech where they can have $16 million or UT, they're not getting the full $20 million at UTSA, and most of the non-Power 4 conference teams schools aren't going to have the full $20 million for revenue share. So what is that number? Well, if you're Jeff Traylor, do you want Eric Morse to know what your number is when you're recruiting the same quarterback? How much is that something that Jeff wants to keep private? I could certainly see that. But what I really wanted to hear from Lisa Campos is, yes, we have a plan. We're going to have our total number, which we want to keep private for, competitive advantages, but, 81%'s going to football and 6% to men's basketball and so forth. And this is how that number, which we know is there. And if we don't raise the money, we know that Dr. Amy will pony up the difference, because that's kind of what we've seen from other universities that have been a little bit more forthcoming, although those universities, admittedly, are using the max and they've got the money. The big donor guy up at Texas Tech, and stupid money, but a guy named Cody Campbell, he's got had a company called Double Eagle, oil and gas kind. He just sold that company for $4.1 billion.
Good for him.
And he's funding the athletic department. All right, cool. UTSA doesn't have that guy.
Nope, they don't. And they don't have a lot of alumni. I mean, let's face it. Again, and we've talked about this, Texas Tech, Alabama, Nebraska, name a big school, they have alumni going back years, and generations of people. Texas A&M, the same way. And UTSA doesn't have that yet. So the big money donors aren't there. There are a couple that have donated a lot of money to get this off the ground. But it's very difficult. What I like the best, what I heard from Lisa Campos, and both of us reiterated it with her, that she has talked with Jeff Traylor, She knows the number that he needs, and I heard he's going to get that number.
Yep.
That's what I heard her say. So that makes me feel better because, look, and we've talked about it. If Jeff Traylor needs X, he needs to get X, if that's what he feels like he needs. And I'm under the impression from the conversation we had with Dr. Campos that Jeff Traylor's going to get the money that he's asking for.
That's what she said. I took that the same way. And again, I don't need to know what the number is. I want to know, but I don't need to know. You don't need to know.
Right.
But what we do need to know is there is a plan in place. Like, we don't necessarily need to know exactly what the plan is, but it feels like, well, we're working on a plan. I mean, we've been hearing that for months.
Mm-hmm.
April 7th is right around the corner. And we also learned it might not actually be April 7th.
That's the hearing date.
The judge could take her time, although at this point it kind of feels like a done deal. What is she taking her time with? It almost feels like we all know she's going to say, yep, approved, boom, here's the number, and let's rock and roll.
And universities want that.
Yes.
I mean, let's go. We can't be waiting around much longer to get this done. So, and I think she knows that too. But I just, I don't know. I mean, if that's the case and what she said is accurate, then I feel much better about moving forward with this program. And then if Jeff Traylor gets the money that he's asking for, then it's on him, and he can work his magic the way he's always done, getting the players here that want to play for the UTSA Roadrunners.
One of my bigger concerns is until there are more guardrails around this thing, I go back to something that G.J. Kinney said at the Bowl, that last year's number isn't this year's number.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what did he say? Last year was 20,000. This year it's 200.
Yeah.
So that number is going to continue to go up. Now, from what we just heard from Lisa Campos, Jeff Traylor is making deals with players right now, or somebody on his staff, the GM, whatever, whoever is in charge of that. They're promising these kids money right now, even though it's not official. They're doing that. So from all kinds of cans of worms process, he better get that money if she's assured him that it's going to be there.
Well, of course. And I can't imagine that you would come on the radio and say that and not be accurate or very confident that that's going to happen. So, look, I appreciate her coming on and answering the tough questions, because there are questions that people want to know. And it's a good problem for Lisa Campos and everybody else at UTSA to have, because people like this football team and they want to see it successful, and they just want to know how we're going to get from starting point to the finish line.
And do we have everything we need to keep winning games?
Yep.
Because as great of a recruiter as Jeff Traylor is, doesn't matter if he can't write a check.
That's it.
And
unfortunately,
things
these
that
days.
Jeff has said on this show about Owen McCown, that relationship with the McCowns is the reason why Owen McCown is still at UTSA, because other schools offered him a lot more money.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't free, but he ain't what some other places are willing to pay, and that's because he wants to play for Jeff Traylor.
And that's the magic of Traylor. And honestly,
yep.
you talked about relationships earlier in the show, and that's one thing that he can do. And I think players want to play for a guy like that. It still matters in some places, and it certainly does here. He's had several players that say, hey, I'm going to the NFL, so I'll make my money there. I want to play for UTSA. And that's a credit to Jeff Traylor.
And if we could just get some of those guys to write big old checks back to UTSA.
Well, maybe they will.
Maybe they will. Speaking of big old checks, Micah Parsons is due one. Should the Cowboys actually call his bluff on he's willing to go a little cheaper than Max? We'll talk about that coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah, you talk about wanting the best, and we all do, right? You want the best of whatever it is you're going to purchase. Well, there's nothing better than a Kinetico quality water softener. It is the most popular water softener on the market, and, well, Kinetico's been around for a while. They've been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. Love my Kinetico quality water softener. It just makes everything better, whether it's a shower in the morning, clothes coming out of the washing machine, dishes out of the dishwasher, everything that you use water for just makes everything better. It just does. And Kinetico it's so easy to deal with. There's nothing that you have to do. It's just reliable. It's there every time you need it, providing that soft water 24 hours a day. And did I mention you don't plug this thing in? Runs on that kinetic energy. I love that about it. So there's nothing big that can go out on the thing, although Kinetico does have the best warranty in the business. There's no question about that. And right now, they're sweetening the pot a little bit. For a limited time, when you buy a Kinetico quality water softener, you're going to get a free reverse osmosis drinking station installed at your kitchen sink. That thing is phenomenal. They're also giving you $400 off a trade-in of your old water softener, and you can finance it for 12 months at 0%. 0% free money from Kinetico with approved credit. Don't wait. This offer can't last long. There's no way it can last long. So call them today. Call Kinetico of San Antonio and the Hill Country. The number to call is 656-PURE, 656-7873, or KineticoSA.com. And you know the jingle. Sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Kinetico.
Rock's Discount Vitamins and More wants to thank God and San Antonio for making Rock's the king of supplements. Are you losing weight, building muscle, or just getting healthy? Rock's has you covered. Weight loss and muscle building packages starting at just $75. Plus, get a free in-body scan in 15 seconds with the In-Body 270 analysis. Start tracking your results today. The pros at Rock's know their products, how they work, and what's best for your health and fitness goals. Call 210-342-7625 or visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com.
In Texas, your spouse can claim alimony after just 10 years of marriage. Do you know your countdown? I guarantee she does. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, attorneys at law. If you're considering divorce, it's absolutely crucial to understand your options right now. Don't let alimony catch you off guard. Protect what you've built and secure your hard-earned assets. Visit TexasDivorce.com. At Barton & Associates, we focus on navigating the complexities of divorce law to ensure you're not left vulnerable. Divorce is tough, but you have a choice. Take control of the process or allow your spouse to dictate the terms. If you're serious about safeguarding what you have built and your financial future, Barton & Associates is the team for you. We'll act swiftly and decisively, ensuring that you're not taken advantage of. Call Barton & Associates at 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-MILLION. Or visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
You could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
San Antonio, get ready. Cody Canada and The Departed are bringing their high-energy red dirt, alt country, and rock and roll to Sable Hall at the Pearl on Saturday, February 22nd. Doors open at 7 p.m. Grab your tickets now at sablehall.com before they're gone. Cody Canada and The Departed live at Sable Hall, February 22nd.
Join the Blitz tomorrow for a live broadcast from Round Table Pizza Park North. Have a slice with us, talk sports, and enjoy delicious pizza and cold drinks. Plus, score some deals during happy hour starting at 3. See you at Round Table Pizza in Park North.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz. He's Joe. I'm Jason. That's Cody Canada and The Departed. Saturday night, Stable Hall at the Pearl. We got a pair of tickets we'll give away right now. Caller number 11, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. You want to go see Cody Canada and The Departed? Caller 11, those tickets are yours. You got a pair of tickets, or you can go buy them, stablehall.com. That's a show that will sell out.
Nice place down there, too, right?
Very nice place. Fun talking to Cody Canada yesterday. If you missed that interview, it's available in our audio vault at sasportstar.com, powered by AA Best Bail Bonds. I know it's stupid cold here, and we're all bitching about how cold it is because, well, this is BS. We don't deserve this.
No, we don't.
I mean, although there's always somebody that has it worse. And if you know people in Detroit, what I just saw a video, and I retweeted it at @ChaseTheMinix on Twitter. This video is more astounding than watching that plane flip over in Toronto. This video, so apparently Detroit flooded. I didn't even know Detroit had a flood.
Right? I didn't know that either.
And then it froze. So there is video of a guy standing on his porch, and he's showing his street where the cars are stuck in ice because, you know, up to the wheel wells, they were in floodwaters that froze.
Can't go anywhere. You're stuck.
They're stuck. I mean, there are a lot of comments talking about hell froze over, but, I mean, my goodness, I've never seen anything quite like that.
Unbelievable. I looked at it, too. It's just it's incredible video. And, I mean, it looks like it's going to last a while. You know, those poor people, I hope they got food in their refrigerator and stuff like that. But, my goodness, I've never seen anything like that. That is just bizarre.
Admittedly, when I first saw it, I thought this is some AI stuff. And so I Googled to see, did Detroit freeze? Yes. It's all over. That video is one of the more astounding videos that you'll see today or maybe this week.
No, there's no doubt.
And so while it's stupid cold here, at least you're not in Detroit. Now, there's a lot of reasons you could say that, but today, this week, that's bad.
I wonder what it feels like in Detroit.
The feels like temperature?
Yeah.
You could probably look that up on your phone.
I probably could, but I don't give a damn. How about that?
Add miserable.
Yeah. It's terrible, and I joke, but those poor people are going through it. That's for sure. A lot of other people where it did flood, kind of in the Kentucky area and stuff. Yeah, they were expecting freezing temperatures as well. So sure, we're going to see videos of that also. Yeah, wintertime still hanging on tight.
That damn groundhog.
Well, he called it.
He did. What's surprising? Like, generally, floodwater is pretty fast-moving.
Yeah.
So it's cold enough in Detroit to freeze fast-moving water.
That's just horrible.
Do you think they drip their faucets in Detroit?
Dude. I would hope that they actually build those houses with better pipes than they do here.
Well, I mean, do you spend, like last night, going in and making sure that the water's dripping, and you spend enough time there trying to make sure it's not too much of it's just a drip, not a stream, right?
No, I don't do that, but I have one pipe outside that's exposed, right? It's the little pipe that I used to fill the pool that we have, and so I had to cover that. I went to home, but this was the first freeze. Home Depot, you get that insulation. It's all duct taped up, and then you put towels around the top of it, and
so you don't drip a faucet inside.
I have not. No.
Oh, you're supposed to.
Well,
I mean, those are the rules.
I'm doing okay right now.
Well, you're going to say that until you have a pipe burst because it's cold.
That could happen.
Because you're not dripping your faucet.
You drip your faucets?
Yes.
You do, huh?
Yeah.
All of them?
No, just one.
Just one?
As long as you got some water moving through there, it's supposed to make it okay. But you just want to drip. You don't want a lot of water running.
I thought
just a little drip.
You go in the kitchen. You go in the bathroom. You got to go everywhere.
I think
it's not just one pipe for all of them.
Well, I mean, as long as water's moving, you're good.
In that one pipe?
The other pipe's going to be just fine.
The rest of them, you're screwed.
There's water in there. It's just waiting to be released.
It's waiting to be frozen. Dude, you better do them all.
Or you don't do any.
Well, exactly. Never had any problem.
I don't know that you have to do them all. I think it's just as long as it's...
They don't all operate on one pipe.
No bleep.
Okay, then.
But it's all coming from one pipe initially.
So doesn't it stand to reason that all the pipes have to be dripped?
No. Not necessarily. Because all that water is coming from one pipe into the house, and then it spider webs out. Dude. Technical terms.
Yeah, right.
Somebody on YouTube will tell us.
I would do it all or don't do any of them. How about that?
I do them all.
See that? Pledge does them all.
Pledge has 2 sinks.
I don't do any of them.
Well, all right. Does Maggie?
No.
Maybe?
No.
You wouldn't know if she did.
She does not.
Your awareness level is...
I know if she would.
Oh, do you?
Of course.
3 sinks, 2 bathtubs.
You do the bathtubs too?
You drip everything.
Drip everything.
Drip everything.
Yeah, but you just walk around drippy. You're good. I don't even know what that means.
I'm not sure what that means either. There's a lot of ways we can go with that.
It's actually a really good.
Yeah, no, that was a good line. I just don't know what it means.
No, it's a compliment.
Well, I mean, today you're drippy. I mean, you're wearing a Smith & Valley hoodie.
Drip is.
And a Moorhose hat.
I am.
Which is appropriate on a day where you might need a plumber.
What does that say? Moore's hose or more hose? Who's more? And what's up with his hose?
Well, it's Pledge advertising to the ladies. He needs more hose.
More hose. Shouldn't they be wearing that? I don't think Pledge wants more hose, or maybe he does. I don't know.
Show started in the toilet, finishing in the toilet.
I mean, that's Pledge with a birth control hat. Some lady sees that and moves on.
Yeah, because she's going to say, well, this dude needs more hose. Exactly. What do I want to be with him for? The hell with him. Wow. Oh. Anthony Barber claims he's a plumber on our YouTube page. He says you only need to drip one faucet.
Again, I am correct.
Well, Anthony, I was wrong. You were right, buddy, but
you're going to call a plumber wrong.
Well, he claims to be a plumber. I'll take him at his word.
You don't sound like you want to take him at his word because he disagreed with you, so he must be wrong.
Well, he is wrong.
No, again, if the way I understand it, you drip one faucet, generally a sink or something that is by an outside wall. So because inside you have the warmth from your house, like your kitchen sink, unless your kitchen sink
Somebody from Quarter Moon Plumbing call me, and then I'll take their word for it. How about that?
Well, we can call Quarter Moon at 210-651-5899 because if you're like Reinagel and you're too stubborn to drip your faucet and you have a pipe burst and you have a worst-case scenario, Quarter Moon will come out and gladly take care of you for not doing a simple little task. 210-651-5899. They are a full-service, big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission sales reps. They'll provide estimates and second opinions, and if Joe calls, they'll provide a dump tax. Quarter Moon, 210-651-5899, 651-5899. In all seriousness, If you're having any issues at the house or if your heater isn't working right, call Quarter Moon. They will get you taken care of right away. 210-651-5899 or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
The Morning Huddle.
You ever been to Athens? Yeah, he's just a different person than us, right,
And
Vic?
I have to be clear. The Duomo is actually in Milan. That's not where.
I get all my ritzy vacations confused at times.
I got my towns.
All right, Anthony Bourdain.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The Blitz is going to Vegas. Come along for an unforgettable Mega March weekend at Circa Las Vegas, March 27th through the 30th for opening day and the second weekend of the tournament. Thursday, March 27th, celebrate the start of the baseball season and watch all the games at the world's largest sports book, plus the ultimate March Hoops experience. Take in the action in the 6 pools and the 143-foot screen at Stadium Swim. Book now and use promo code BLITZ at circalasvegas.com and join Jason and Joe at Circa Resort and Casino.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbors' dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson from my good friends over at Prize Picks. Hoops are here, baby. It's time to turn the page and start playing games we can win. And now you can win up to 1,000 times your money over on Prize Picks just for doing what you love, watching basketball and picking those that you like. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money on sports action. There's over 10 million of us doing it. You should be there too. And right now, there's no better time to get in on the hoops action. If you think Steph Curry can get more than 5 3-pointers this week, now's the time. Is the freak going to get 35? I don't know. I do know this. I feel comfortable Wemby's going to get a couple of blocks. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5, and you don't even need to win. You can receive a $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And have you ever played Taco Tuesday? That's right. Each Tuesday, Prize Picks offers promotions that can lead to big payouts. Here's how you play. Go download the app today and use the code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. I'll say it again. Download the app, use the code ALAMO, and get $50 instantly after you play your first lineup. Prize Picks. Go run your game.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Guys, if you're not feeling like yourself anymore, testosterone therapy may be the answer. Look for the VIP treatment like you'll get with the TRT experts at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Synergenics has over a decade of TRT experience. Book your appointment at synergenicshealth.com. man, Jerry Cantrell, Aztec Theater, February 27th with Filter opening. Get your tickets at livenation.com. Work your caller 11 right now. We'll give you a free pair. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. He's calling my cell phone, Joel from Quarter Moon. Joel, call the station. Hang on a second.
See, this is the expert I need to talk to here.
That is. Hey, Joel. Yeah. Hey, we want you to call the station and come on the air and answer a question for us. Hang on a second, because call 656-3776.
How about this? You're everybody's hearing this live on the radio.
Yeah.
This is how we do it.
Yeah.
Live on the radio.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yep. We will do that. And of course, we're here.
It's gonna be busy though. We get
here, Pledge. Come grab my cell phone and call him back, because I don't want to give his cell number on the air. He probably wouldn't
we can't
like
do that.
Yeah. It is nice having a plumber cell phone number, but you don't necessarily want that.
No, who was Nigel?
That was Joel.
Joel, okay.
That was Joel.
All right. So we don't get the accent.
Joel might actually call with the accent.
That would be cool.
Yep. All
right.
I don't know what you're asking. Oh yeah, caller 11 for the Jerry Cantrell tickets. Yeah. Everybody saw that. I mean, what? Yeah, Pledges throwing fingers at me, and I'm like, dude. Oh yeah, caller 11.
This is how we do it.
That's
Look
it.
At that. Pledge in here with his Smithson Valley.
Hey,
Rangers.
Pledge, he's calling in right there. Grab it. Yep.
All right. Cool.
All right. So we're gonna get to the
official answer
of this. All right. Joel Frederick from Quarter Moon Plumbing joining us here on the Blitz. Hey, Joel, you're on with Joe Reinagle and me live on the radio, so remember that.
Yeah, no problem, guys. I'll keep all the plumber words deep down inside somewhere.
Yeah, please do. Don't get too technical on us.
Although, admittedly, Joe Reinagle is disappointed that it's not Nigel. So can you talk to us in a Nigel accent?
I can. I mean, I'd have to talk I'd have to whine a lot, and I can't do that today. I'm not much of a whiner, so.
That's all right, Joel.
Yeah.
All right, serious question for you. It's cold, right? It's freezing, right? It's going to freeze again. Sir. So when you drip your pipes or you drip your faucet at night, do you have to drip all of them?
So what we tell people is, number one, I mean, if you have an old pier and beam house, I would definitely recommend dripping. And let's start off with the terminology first. People say drip faucets. Really, it needs to be a steady stream, not a drip. A drip won't get it done. There's fluctuations in volume in the night in every municipality. Those volumes fluctuate up and down, and pressures kind of change just a little bit. And so, if you have it just dripping, then you could lose consistent water flow. So we always recommend like a slow, steady stream.
Okay.
And then, if you have an older pier and beam house, I would recommend running some faucets. I mean, it just depends on how cold it's going to be, how well your pipes are insulated. But if it's an old house, it's probably not going to be insulated well. And I would definitely do at least one bathroom and one in the kitchen for sure. You want to be at least to operate a little bit tomorrow morning.
Okay, so that's in an older house. In a new house like where Reinagle lives, Reinagle doesn't drip any or run any faucets because he's never had a problem. Is one?
Well, he probably lives on the hill, probably up there on the hill. And so I would probably, it's going to be a little colder up there. And the exterior faucets are the ones that you begin to worry about. So what I tell people is, if you are worried about it, you can do your steady stream on the faucet. Most home builders put in an exterior hose bib where the water line came into the house. You can run that one steady steady stream. And then if that is not the one that's facing on the north side, I always like to do one on the opposite end of the house, just for a flow. It's not much. You're not going to hurt anything. Just a nice, easy, steady stream. Now, there's lots of people that add hose bibs out into their yards for their gardens and stuff like that, and you need to make sure those things are definitely insulated. And even if they are insulated, I would run a steady stream there too. All those exterior hose bibs.
I got them all. I got all those wrapped up, Joel. I'm in good shape there.
There you go.
Good shape. Well,
Good.
See, I appreciate it. We had to call in an expert for this.
We did, because I was always under the impression Joe does none, and I was like, just drip one and you're good. Especially if that one faces an exterior wall. Interior is fine. But I guess the age of your house has something to do with that too.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Insulation is changing, ever changing. Some of these newer houses, though, they're pretty nice, but they don't have a lot of insulation on those exterior walls, especially if they have that siding. If you watch them go up, all they have is a felt paper and then the siding goes right on the felt paper. There's not a whole lot of insulation. So even some of these newer houses, I would definitely recommend doing something on the exterior just to keep it going. I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to hurt your water bill by about $5 if you do it right. And so $5-10 extra water bill compared to thousands of dollars in a water damage. Because if it breaks on the if that hose bib on the outside freezes up, we have seen it so many times where it bursts in the wall.
Oh, wow.
So it's better safe than sorry. I do multiples. My house, I'm a plumber. We have everything insulated in the attic and the walls. I have extra insulation on everything, and I have still seen it freeze up. So I do two for sure. I do two on my house.
Thank you, Joel.
Steady streams.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Yeah.
But one is fine, but we need a stream, not a drip.
We need two. You just said that.
Yes.
That's what he recommends.
Yes. Well, yeah.
He's the expert.
But he also said one was fine on a newer house. So I think here we're both right and both wrong. But you do none, so you're completely wrong.
I'm going to go home tonight and run a stream in at least two.
There you go. Yeah, the newer houses should be fine on the inside, but those older pier and beam houses in, Alamo Heights, Almost Park, Southeast San Antonio, Highland Park, all that sort of stuff, those houses, I would definitely run something on the inside.
Thank you, Joel.
That helps.
It does.
All right, guys.
I promise you, Joel, I won't give Reinego your cell number because when he has a pipe burst, he just needs to call the office.
No, it's fine. I mean, I'd be happy to go over to J Prime with him sometime.
Absolutely.
That's what you do when you live on the hill. That's what you do.
Yep.
Hey, it's a pretty good place.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. I appreciate
All
you, man.
right,
I would like to say stay busy, but I already know you will be over the next couple of days.
Yeah. Well, y'all have a great day. Stay warm. And how about them Cowboys, huh?
There you go. Appreciate
Thanks,
it. Joel Frederick from Quarter Moon Plumbing, 210-651-5899. So steady stream, not a drip.
Not a drip, steady stream, and he recommends two.
Yes.
Just saying.
At his house.
Well,
yes.
I don't know if he's got a new house or an old house.
It's well insulated. We know that.
It is that. Just be careful. Whatever you do, just we don't want anybody to have any issues. So be rather safe than sorry.
Yeah.
I will be a steady stream tonight. That'll be a nice change.
Are we still talking about running water?
No, I just said since I don't do it, I'm going to have a steady stream tonight.
In all of them?
Well, not all of them. Two of them.
Two of them.
Yeah. I'm taking Joel's advice.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Because you've got a streak that continues.
Dude.
Last commercial break, he went to the bathroom?
I did. And I don't know, maybe it's the same guy who just likes to stay in the bathroom for a long time.
It can't be the same guy.
Dude. Or somebody that had some bad food at lunch.
Good Lord.
Did it smell the same?
The streak, what? No, it didn't actually. So This one wasn't maybe the guy just started. I don't know. There was no smell.
Should the Cowboys call Micah Parsons bluff? The dude keeps saying that he doesn't have to be the highest paid guy. Salary cap, though, goes up today by about $25 million. If you're the Cowboys, do you hold Micah Parsons to that and try to call his bluff? One agent is suggesting that Dallas does that. Dallas typically waits on deals because they knew Dak wouldn't give a discount. They knew CD wasn't going to give a discount. The Cowboys waited. But in a year where you're going to restructure some deals to free up some money and the salary cap's going up by about $25 million, do you do things differently and call Micah Parsons bluff? One agent is suggesting the Cowboys do that.
Yeah, it's a really good article, actually. And this agent is saying call his bluff. And if he signs it, that's great. You've got him taken care of at probably a reduced cost. But again, we're sitting here and we're talking to Micah Parsons. Okay, and Micah Parsons has got an agent who is going to say, no, we'd rather wait. I mean, right? Because it benefits his client and it benefits him if they drive that price up a little bit. So, but I wish the Cowboys, and if I was Jerry, I would present him with a decent offer and make it public as hell. And then if he turns it down, it's on him.
That wouldn't surprise me if the Cowboys did a little negotiating through the media and called his bluff.
Yeah.
Because Micah, on many occasions, from that sit-down interview for the primetime game that he had during the regular season, saying he doesn't have to be the highest paid, and we all laughed. Yeah, does your agent know that? To everything that he has said since the season ended, to what he was saying last week on Radio Row during Super Bowl week. He wants a deal done. He wants to win, and he would take even less to go get a Myles Garrett, which I don't know that he'll be able to, hey, Jerry, I'm going to sign less, but you have to do this. He can't do that. But is he willing to actually take less money? Now, we keep saying, but the agent, until we talked with Lee Steinberg here on the Blitz during Radio Row, and we asked him that. Because I keep saying that, you keep saying that, we all keep saying that. What about the agent? And Lee's answer surprised me because if that's what the player wants, then as the agent, you've got to get that done. If Micah tells his agent, I know what my value is, I know what you're going to go try to get, but if they're offering me this, I want to sign that, then he's going to sign that. And that's kind of what he has indicated. Because if I'm Micah Parsons, it's not about being the highest paid defensive player. It's being the highest paid non-quarterback. So there are some other guys that I want to see sign, and then I'm going to go ask for more money than what they made.
The only thing I think Micah is different, and I believe this until he proves me wrong, I honestly think Micah Parsons wants to win. He is one of these guys that hates losing.
Yep.
Doesn't want to, and all of them are, but some of them want the money too. And I'm not, there's no fault there for anybody. But I think Micah is true to his word. And I think he wants the Cowboys to go out and get some players to help this team. And I honestly believe. Now, look, he's not going to. I mean, if the max is $40 million a year, he's not going to take 25.
No.
But a legit offer for Micah Parsons with some good guaranteed money, I think he would do it. And I think he would be true to his word in that respect, as long as Jerry doesn't come up with something stupid.
Well, and again, what did you just say? Now, I do wonder if his agent can get as creative with Micah Parsons as, say, Lee Steinberg with the Kansas City Chiefs in the Mahomes deal, and or what Mulligetta was able to do with Deshaun Watson to Cleveland and get fully guaranteed money. Now, I say that. If your annual average is 40 and we see Micah sign for blah, 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 such and such guaranteed, because that's all that matters.
Yes.
Would Micah take less money per year on a fully guaranteed deal?
Jerry's not going to fully guarantee anything. I don't see that happening.
I mean,
no owner, I think, ever again is going to do that.
If I'm Micah, I'm asking, and that's my give. I'm taking less per year, but I'm getting a fully guaranteed contract.
Jerry's not going to do that. I would be shocked if Jerry did that.
I would be too, but I want to be creative, and I'm offering you a discount, and in exchange for that discount, I want a fully guaranteed deal.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's going to be this, and you kind of go like whatever X, this much guaranteed. I want higher than what that would be, but I'm not getting this, and that's a lot of money off the table. And for a guy on his first contract, I think it's safer to do a fully guaranteed deal now than on his next contract. But there's got to be some give and take. And again, I'm with you. Would Jerry do that? Probably not. But you've got to get creative at the negotiating table. I'm giving you a discount. What are you giving me? And that's the give and take. And you wonder if they can get creative. You look at the Mahomes deal at 10 years, but it gets reworked all the time.
All the time.
And the amount of guaranteed money in there is insane. But they got creative. Very much a baseball-type deal for Patrick Mahomes. And I wouldn't do that with a Micah Parsons. But at his age, where he's at right now, if he's giving me that much of a discount in exchange for a fully guaranteed deal, I think Jerry at least needs to consider that and what the ramifications would be.
Well, the ramifications would be that the owners would riot. They'd grab their pitchforks, which is what they did with the owner in Cleveland when he did that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Jerry Jones was leading that charge. Jerry's not a trendsetter like that, and he's not going to do it because it affects everybody. And then it affects the next contract he's got to sign. And you're starting to fully guarantee these deals. You're talking about the NBA, and there's a lot more players in the NFL than there are in the NBA. And you can't do that. And that's why I just don't think it will. And that's why the owners got so pissed off at the Cleveland Browns for doing the Deshaun Watson trade. And that has come back to bite them clearly in the ass.
The contract, yes. Deshaun Watson's deal has bit them in the ass, but it's not the fully guaranteed part. He's never been available, really, for Cleveland.
That's a chance you take, though, right?
It is the chance you take. But when you look at a Micah Parsons, who, again, comparing the two, if Deshaun Watson would have been healthy and played like the Houston Texans' Deshaun Watson for Cleveland, which he's not done one time, maybe we're all talking about guaranteed money a little bit differently. But because it blew up in their face with Cleveland, that's why you can't do it. But what was it? Kirk Cousins' deal with Minnesota was damn near fully guaranteed, wasn't it? Was it Minnesota? Almost fully guaranteed.
Yeah.
I mean, he made a lot of money.
Is that the $75 million that we all thought was outrageous at that time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so when you look at it, again, I'm just trying to figure out the creativity part. And if I'm representing Micah, I don't want to sign you for less money than what you're worth. But if I'm willing to take a discount, and he seems to be willing, what's the give and take? And that's the one thing that we haven't seen before. I just wonder if Jerry would do something along those lines and be creative. My first answer is no, but this is an offseason where I want to see, and again, I know who I'm talking about, where I want to see the Cowboys do something different, something creative, and be able to go be players in free agency with what they have already invested. You've got to go all in. And 4 or 5 years of guaranteed money, maybe.
I'd be shocked. I'd be absolutely shocked if that was even a conversation. If it happens, it happens. But I would be absolutely shocked. And I just don't think any NFL owner is going to do that ever again until they absolutely have to. And if Jerry does it, then you're going to see a trend that everybody's going to ask for that. Okay, I'll take less money, but it's got to be fully guaranteed. You start a domino effect across the NFL, and I just don't think that's going to happen. It's certainly not going to happen with Jerry Jones being in charge.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We talk about the salary cap going up. We'll give you the details of what we know here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Now, NBA back in action tonight. I keep getting notifications on my Underdog app about some of the available pick-em plays for tonight, which are great, especially if you want to have some Luka action. They've got discounts on Luka all year, but you want to watch some basketball tonight, add a little excitement to it, play the pick-em game at Underdog, where all you have to do is go higher or lower on predicted stats, points, assists, rebounds, and create your entry, and you can win some money. You can play for as little as $1, and if you get everything right, you could win up to 1,000 times your money. Turn $1 into 1,000 with your hoops knowledge. Millions of people have already won billions of dollars. Love playing the pick'em game. Makes watching the game a lot more exciting. So download the Underdog app. Sign up now using my promo code STAR to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun. Underdog, promo code STAR to claim your special offer today and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly upon your first deposit. Again, promo code STAR at Underdog. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona and Massachusetts, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Cowboys. KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com.
In Texas, your spouse can claim alimony after just 10 years of marriage. Do you know your countdown? I guarantee she does. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, attorneys at law. If you're considering divorce, it's absolutely crucial to understand your options right now. Don't let alimony catch you off guard. Protect what you've built and secure your hard-earned assets. Visit TexasDivorce.com. At Barton & Associates, we focus on navigating the complexities of divorce law to ensure you're not left vulnerable. Divorce is tough, but you have a choice. Take control of the process or allow your spouse to dictate the terms. If you're serious about safeguarding what you have built and your financial future, Barton & Associates is the team for you. We'll act swiftly and decisively, ensuring that you're not taken advantage of. Call Barton & Associates at 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-MILLION. Or visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Many of the successes you've had began with a great opportunity. Now, here's another one. Get started on your degree or certificate in San Antonio. Choose from more than 135 degree and certificate programs, faster onboarding, and more from University of Maryland Global Campus. Get personalized local support services and take online or hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer lets you easily compare direct rates from different insurance companies, so you can be confident you're getting the right one, even if it's not with Progressive. Way more confident than you were when you bought that TV in the parking lot. It just happened to not come in a box, or include a remote. And when you finally managed to turn it on, all it displayed was the menu of Grumpy's Tacos. So use Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer and be confident you're getting insurance that's right for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Hi, welcome to Staples. Hi, I hear Staples can print it all for my business. Oh, if you can think it, Staples can print it. And will beat any print quote. Oh, great. I'm thinking new brochures and yard signs. No problem. I'm thinking calendars, t-shirts, and pens. Totally. I'm thinking Staples is the place for printing. I thought you might think that.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
Transform your water with Connecticut. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. Offer ends soon.
Call 656-PURE Connecticut.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
San Antonio, get ready. Cody Canada and The Departed are bringing their high-energy red dirt, alt country, and rock and roll to Sable Hall at the Pearl on Saturday, February 22nd. Doors open at 7 p.m. Grab your tickets now at sablehall.com before they're gone. Cody Canada and The Departed live at Sable Hall, February 22nd.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the LA Chargers are going to get a trip to Brazil. They have been designated for an international game, the second ever regular season game in Brazil. It will take place on September the 5th. The numbers for the Super Bowl are in. The Nielsen ratings say the Eagles-Chiefs game set a new record, 182.8 million viewers for Super Bowl 59 after including streaming.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's.
Do you have, like, it's cold weather, I need this food because it's cold?
Not really, but I mean, some things just taste better on a cold day. You know, chili is one of those. I kind of like, you know, a good stew or soup is
soup?
good. Yeah, that's always good on a cold day.
I never like soup.
See, I do. I like soup. In fact, I had some soup for lunch today.
Really?
Nice tuna fish sandwich and some soup. It was
What kind of
fantastic.
soup?
It was like a beef stew kind of soup.
Like Campbell's vegetable beef?
No, it's the chunky.
Campbell's chunky vegetable beef?
It's not Campbell's though. It was some other brand, and I can't remember what it was. It was chunky.
Swanson's?
No.
What
I don't
other
know.
kind of
It's
soups
a blue,
are there?
It's a blue can.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember the name.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
I mean, it's a Campbell's knockoff.
It was delicious, though. Just saying.
Progresso?
Maybe that's it, Pledge. That sounds like it's right.
Did you make it yourself?
Well, yeah, I opened a can and put it in a pan and heated it up. It was.
You didn't just throw it in the microwave for 2 minutes?
It was rough. I didn't. With that, I kind of like
made a whole sandwich by yourself too.
Yeah, tuna fish.
Dude, gourmet.
How about that?
Did you make it yourself or open up a package?
No, I made it myself.
No?
Well, I had to open a can.
Well, yeah.
You got to drain the water.
Yeah.
Put all the stuff in there.
Far better than my lunch.
Yeah. It's one of those days. I didn't want to leave the house early because it's too damn cold. Go to a drive-through.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Sandwich and soup.
Soup and sandwich.
So what's for dinner?
I don't know. I really
not
don't.
your responsibility?
Well, no, it might be, but I don't know. I have not heard from my lovely wife about what's on the agenda for this evening.
Me neither. I haven't heard from your wife either. I haven't heard from mine. I have no idea what's for dinner.
No.
I know my lunch wasn't very good, so good dinner is in order.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I'm looking forward to it.
I made the mistake on this very frigid day of watching my gas light come on and go, oh, crap. So I went to go get gas, and the gas station had a Jack in the Box. That was a bad lunch decision. I like Jack in the Box, but generally after dark. You shouldn't eat that in the daytime.
I totally agree with that. Although I do like the little tacos.
Sure.
I like those.
Yeah. Just saying.
And I'll eat those. I like eating those because, well, you can eat them in the car while you're driving.
Unless you get the loaded ones. Then it's a mess.
Right. Well, I don't get the loaded
No,
ones.
of course not. Of course not.
Just got the injury report for the Spurs for tomorrow night. Wemby's doubtful. It says injury illness. So Wemby's doubtful for tomorrow night's game in Austin against the Phoenix Suns, according to your Spurs.
Now, I'm going to assume that must be real because they pull out all the stops for those Austin games.
Yeah.
A lot of people hoping to see Wemby and Kevin Durant, unless, they're just trying to make sure Kevin Durant's homecoming on a Spurs home game is what everybody in Austin wants to really see.
So what are you saying? The Spurs are going to let them win?
We're talking about the Spurs. I don't know if they have to worry about letting anybody win, but it certainly hedges the bet.
Well,
if Wemby doesn't play.
Well, Wemby was, he's around a lot of people up in San Francisco this weekend, so maybe he caught a little bug.
It's possible.
It is possible.
Or, he actually put effort into that All-Star weekend. Maybe he's tired.
Could be, and they do have a back-to-back, so. But wouldn't you rather Wemby play tonight, or not tonight, tomorrow night, and sit Friday against Detroit? Although Detroit's playing better basketball, so.
I'd rather Wemby play them all.
Yeah.
So that's why I will assume that this is more illness than rest, especially knowing that those are Austin games and they're making a big deal out of the Austin games and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I don't know why he would need to rest. Guy hasn't played since Sunday. I mean, come on. Talking, 3 days rest.
He had a busy All-Star weekend.
Whatever. He's 20 years old.
21. Resting up for the stretch run.
Yeah, that's it. The stretch run.
Yeah.
Got to make it to 30 wins, y'all.
38.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
38. We can hope. So the NFL informed teams today that the salary cap is going to land between $277.5 and $281.5 million. So an increase of either 22 or 26. So let's just call it 24 million. Higher than what most executives were anticipating. So if you're Jerry and Steven, you're thrilled with that number or not. But you should be thrilled with that number.
I think everybody is thrilled with that number. Don't you think? I mean, if you're looking to improve your team and you want to be a player in free agency, then you've got a little extra cash to spend. Now, Jerry, he's got some business to attend to. I'm reading today that Dak's deal and CD's deal, there's not any negotiation to it. It's just it will just happen.
Yep.
Right? So they will be reworked, and Dak and CD will get a big, nice check, and everything will be pushed to those voidable years down the line. So that only leaves Micah Parsons. And if you're talking about Oso Digizua, what do you do with him? Cowboys have some questions to answer.
They do. And again, getting clarity, you go to the combine, you get a deal done with, Micah Parsons sooner rather than later, and you get to work. That's where they need to be. On the topic of football, and I know you're not a memorabilia guy, Joe.
Not really, no.
But I find this interesting. Tom Brady has apparently been signing some items with HOF 2028 on them.
Really?
Now, obviously, an inscription like that is worth a lot of money. There is a picture in this article that he signed of a rookie card, and he signed it HOF 2028.
Huh.
Now, I think we all realize he's going to be a first ballot guy, but for him to sign already, and some are crying foul because it's, one, unprecedented. Two, the idea that you would sign something with that inscription for an autograph for collectors before you actually go in. What if he doesn't actually go in? Then it might actually be worth more.
Well, he's going to go in.
Well, but what if he's not a first ballot guy? I mean,
it's Tom Brady.
I'm with you. But again, the arrogance that he's already signing that.
I agree with that. That is pretty arrogant, and that kind of irritates me a little bit. He shouldn't be doing that, and it should irritate every Hall of Fame jacket wearer right now. I mean, that is very arrogant. But it's Tom Brady, and most likely he's right. But I wonder what the voters say about that, though. Will that irritate them? I'll have to ask John McClain that question tomorrow.
Well, and you think about it now. The Brady rookie card with the Hall of Fame 2028 inscription on the PSA, which I guess is the autograph company signed it for, is currently listed at $6,600, but it's also being listed on the site as being out of stock. I don't know what that means because maybe a private collector came in and bought that thing up. It doesn't say in this article what a regular Tom Brady rookie card would go for, but I'm guessing far less than $6,000.
Yeah, I would think so. And this would probably be, I mean, come 2028, when he's inducted into the Hall of Fame, that card's going to spike in value, I would imagine.
Although apparently an unwritten rule that players don't use the HOF inscription until they're actually voted in.
Yes. I mean, I totally agree with that, and that should be the way it is, and that's why it is a little irritating, and I don't blame people for being upset.
It's Tom Brady. It's bizarre because there's so many things that he could sign, like, I don't know, 7-time Super Bowl champion.
Could do that.
Anything on the Brady memorabilia market seems like it would go for high dollar, although him signing in 2025 and HOF 2028, if those are rare, and apparently he has signed at least 7 cards that way at this point, those cards are going to be worth a boatload of money before he's actually in. I just found that weird. I just saw this come across again and was like, Tom Brady.
Well, I think it is weird, and I wish he wouldn't do that. I mean, honestly, and somebody's got to talk to him about that, right? I mean, that just seems disrespectful to the people that are already in the Hall of Fame.
Well, it is. The people that have earned it. And now,
Yes.
Again, we all know he's going in. He knows he's going in. You know he's going in, but he's not in yet, so he shouldn't be able to sign that.
I totally agree with that. He's not eligible to be in yet.
But when the company that pays him a lot of money for his autograph says, hey, Tom, will you add this? And then they show him a big old check. Whatever you want me to write, sir.
I don't think Brady needs the money. I mean, I'm not sure.
Maybe. I mean, and I say maybe. I mean, we know the guy makes a boatload of money. Do we know how much money he actually spent in buying into the Raiders?
That I don't know.
Because the
Sure,
Giants,
we can find out.
The Giants are for sale at 10%. They're exploring the opportunity of 10% at about $10 billion. The San Francisco 49ers announced today that they are also exploring selling 10% of their franchise. They're valued at $9 billion. So 10% is $900 million. And so somebody's going to pony up just to be invited to the owner's party? I mean, 10%, you don't make a decision. Now, we know Tom does, but whoever buys into the Giants, I don't know, maybe they get a better suite, but you're going to spend that kind of money for what? To say you get to go to the commissioner's party Super Bowl week? I don't get it.
I'm not sure. According to the Googles, Brady paid $220 million for 10%. Plus, he had to spend another $24 million in what they're calling a flip tax that's payable to other owners. So there you go. So what is that? $244 million.
I mean, so when you look at everything else that he owns, if he had to pay that out of his bank account and pay it all at once, maybe he does need to do some things to increase cash flow.
What did he make? About $37 million this year with Fox?
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty good money.
That's not bad.
And he does a couple of commercials here and there.
He does.
And he signs some autographs for extra cash.
I don't think Brady's hurting.
I don't think he's hurting either, but there's a reason he did this. And for a guy that respects the history of football the way it appears Tom Brady does, it is surprising and kind of disappointing that he would already be signing autographs with HOF 2028 on it.
Well, you know he's going to be asked about it as soon as the first opportunity. I can't wait to hear what his answer is. Because sincerely, I mean, that would be the first question. Hey, Tom, what's up with these Hall of Fame autographs? You got to answer that, right?
Yeah. Well, they paid me to do it. It was a joke. There's not a lot of them.
A joke?
Well, I mean, we didn't do a lot of them, so they're rare. Assumptive.
Yeah.
The assumptive close.
He's going to get in 2028. It's going to happen, but
sign away.
It's disrespectful.
It is.
I'm just saying.
We had an interesting conversation earlier today here on the Blitz with UTSA Athletic Director Dr. Lisa Campos, trying to figure out where the university is when it comes to the revenue sharing plan with that court ruling scheduled for April 7th. Her answer is interesting. We'll talk about it coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. If you're dealing with dad bod or, the lady in your life wants to get bikini ready, we need to tell you about something that Ryan Eagle and I have been doing without going to the gym, working on your body. It's called M-Sculpt Neo. Non-invasive muscle-building, fat-burning procedure, no downtime, but it's like doing 20,000 crunches in 30 minutes.
And you know what I found fascinating about that? The last session I had, the person that does it, Jay, told me that it keeps working even after you're done with session. So your muscles develop a memory and they keep building themselves. And so even if you're not doing it after you're done with your package, you're going to keep going.
Absolutely. It's the MVP treatment. I'm doing my abs. Ryan Eagle's doing his abs. You can do your abs. For a lot of the ladies, arms, butt, thighs, they put the M-Sculpt Neo there. No weights, no sweat. The results are obvious, and they really are. It's amazing how quickly things change on sculpting your body with M-Sculpt Neo.
Yeah, and they've got 15% off a package right now when you call Dr. Hires and schedule your appointment. They also got some other specials throughout the month of February, $11.50 per unit for Botox. Now, a lot of people are into that. That's a hell of a price, as a matter of fact. So give them a call and go down there and do something for yourself or for your significant other.
210-494-8446 is the phone number. Tell them the Blitz sent you. 210-494-8446. And see all the services they offer on their website, findyourbeautiful.com. That's findyourbeautiful.com.
Right now at North Park Chevrolet, own a new 2024 Silverado Crew Cab posted at $33,999 or lease for $0 down and $370 a month. Get 1.9% financing on all new 2024 Colorado trucks. A new 2025 Equinox LT is posted at only $25,999 plus 2.9% financing. Together, let's drive at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com. Must qualify for financing offers. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-505-9603, 800-505-9603, 800-505-9603.
Rox Discount Vitamins and More wants to thank God and San Antonio for making Rox the king of supplements. Are you losing weight, building muscle, or just getting healthy? Rox has you covered. Weight loss and muscle building packages starting at just $75. Plus, get a free in-body scan in 15 seconds with the In-Body 270 analysis. Start tracking your results today. The pros at Rox know their products, how they work, and what's best for your health and fitness goals. Call 210-342-7625 or visit Rox discountvitamins.com. The most exciting weekend in college basketball starts here. Don't miss the 2025 State Farm College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championships. Witness the nation's top dunkers and sharpshooters battle it out live in person. One epic night of unbelievable skill and electrifying energy. Thursday, April 3rd at the Frost Bank Center. Tickets are going fast. Secure your seats now at Ticketmaster.com. See you April 3rd for the State Farm College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championships. The most exciting weekend in college basketball starts here. One night, pure action. Don't miss it.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Hi, I'm Jason Thompson, and I've represented folks here in San Antonio injured by negligent drivers for more than 30 years. If you or a family member has been seriously injured, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400. I've heard from many of my clients that after they were involved in a collision, they would get phone calls asking them to hire an attorney. This is highly irregular and probably illegal. Any attorney that is trying to contact you either directly or through a marketing company is not the kind of attorney that you should trust with such a serious matter. Quite frankly, it's creepy. If you call me, we will speak directly. If you hire me, it will be after you and I have talked. I will explain what I can do for you, and you can decide what you would like me to do next. The phone call and the consultation are free. Getting a smart result requires that you make smart decisions along the way, and that's my job, to help you and your family make smart decisions, and that's based on more than 30 years of experience. If you've been injured in an accident, call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Munix. Glad to have you along on this Wednesday. Tomorrow, the Blitz live out at Round Table Pizza, Park North location, 2 to 6. Come get a slice, cold beer, hang out, get out of the cold weather.
Yeah, for sure. Have some hot pizza and cold beer.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
So earlier in the show, Lisa Campos was on, athletic director at UTSA. Obviously, they announced yesterday ticket price increases of about 8% on season tickets, which, looking at them, still looks like one hell of a value, right? I've never really looked into season tickets before, but a lot more affordable all the way around than I thought it would be. And it is a easy way for people to support the athletic program, especially with the rev share model coming up. And I know a lot of people want something in return for their money. They don't want to just make a donation. So this is a way where you're getting some bang for your buck, but buying season tickets, even if you don't go to all 6 games, you're making that investment. You can give those away. You might be able to sell them, give them to a friend, split them, whatever the case is. UTSA needs to increase their ticket base. It is a lot more affordable than I thought. Even if you go in on a buddy, you get 3, I get 3, and you figure it out. There's just a lot of ways to be able to increase the season ticket base, and the increase really isn't that bad. And according to UTSA, still on the more affordable side of other teams in the American Athletic Conference.
I tell you what, I was shocked, and I guess I hadn't really looked into it before, and that's raising the 8%. But I mean, you can get into a football game, 6 of them, for $100, and you've got a seat for all 6 for $105. I mean, to me, that's incredible. And then, of course, the prices go up with the better seats you have. But still, it is a lot of fun and a lot to do. The tailgating is off the chart. It's a lot of fun. So, yeah, I tell you, the bang for your buck is exactly right. I mean, $100 for 6 football games.
Now, what we all really wanted to know, where are they at when it comes to a plan for the revenue share? Because at this point, everything that we've heard from Lisa Campos just feels like they're meeting and meeting and meeting and meeting. She said a couple of different things today. First, she said there is a plan, but it's not yet finalized.
The plan has been in the works for months and months and months, ever since we knew that this was the direction it was going. Obviously, even when NIL first was introduced, and we are working really closely with all of our coaches to understand what is it that they're going to need to be competitive in the American Athletic Conference. We've had multiple conversations within the league. And I would tell you, all of these plans have been in the works for a long time. None of them are finalized, right, across the board, unless you're probably in the P4 and you're going to hit that $20 million mark. All of us are, and excuse me, part of the plan too is we're going to have to generate more dollars. I mean, that's what everyone is looking at right now, and we're continuing to talk about this Playfly Max. We're very, very close to announcing how we're moving forward with that. But at the end of the day, the really basic plan is we have to generate more dollars in order to be competitive in this league, to be able to participate in the revenue share program.
Well, no details of a plan, but they need money, and that's the way it goes. We knew that all along.
Now, again,
I don't know.
Obviously, that's there. Again, I wanted specifics. We didn't get a lot of specifics. A big part of that is they want to keep things a little bit quiet for a competitive advantage, according to Lisa Campos.
I think people want a number, which is something that Coach Traylor and I have even talked about. That there's some disadvantages about freely talking about how the investment is, and so hopefully folks know that, again, Jeff and I are in total alignment about how we're moving forward with this, and we've come too far not to continue to support him.
Well, there you go. I mean, that makes me feel a little bit better. If she's in total alignment with Coach Traylor, that's a good thing, because to me it just seems to be a very simple process, right? What does a coach need? There you go. We'll get it for you.
Well, and she kind of, as the conversation continued and we continued to press, while the plan is fluid, she is fully aware of what the coaches are needing.
All plans are fluid, right? I mean, that we have a plan, we're moving forward with the plan, and we're very confident that plan's going to come to fruition. But it's not a day plan; it's a weeks and months plan of a lot of things need to align for us to. And I guess when we're talking about plan, this is how we're going to generate the revenue needed. In terms of the plan, the information, the data of that plan, yes, we know what our coaches need. We know what we're driving to. We know what we've told our coaches, hey, this is going to be what we're going to be able to do for you. And now they are in the recruiting process knowing this is how we're going to be able to distribute and how the school is supporting this.
And that's where we came back and said, now, wait a second, because you're saying he knows so he can go out and recruit, and so he has an idea of the money.
Absolutely. We've been talking about that for months. Yes, he knows what he needs, and he knows how we're driving to get him what he needs.
So it really, and Lisa Campos did say this, the entire interview, by the way, is available at sasportstar.com, the audio vault powered by AA Best Bail Bonds. It's also already been tweeted out on Twitter and on all the other socials. So you can go listen to it start to finish, because they are a lot further along than what they've led on to be. Last time Lisa Campos was on the Blitz was during Bull Week, and it just felt like, well, they're having meetings, but they haven't decided anything. What she told us today is the coaches, specifically Jeff Traylor, knows how much money the school is going to use and provide him in the revenue share. Did not want to give that specific number for competitive reasons. I respect that, although I want to know. But I respect them saying we don't want that out there. So Jeff Traylor, according to Lisa Campos, and I asked her this specifically, is out making deals with players right now with money you are promising him that you've got to come up with. And she said yes. We've also heard that other university has announced all kinds of hirings of this person and that person to go help with this. We have not heard that from UTSA, but she says hiring new employees have started, at least one, and there's another big announcement about to come out.
Last year we added, another development staff member. Again, we're about to announce the hiring of someone, a general manager for our Play Fly Max position. We're continuing to look at, again, every possible way to generate the revenue that's going to be needed to be competitive.
Well, I like that idea of hiring a general manager. Most schools are doing that now to kind of take some of that burden off of the head coach. And so I'm happy to hear that.
Well,
Look,
Playfly is that marketing arm that kind of like a Learfield or whatever. He's not the GM of the athletic program. He's kind of the GM of the guy responsible to go raise all the money.
Okay. All right. Well, then she doesn't have to do it all, and Traylor certainly doesn't have to do it all, although I wouldn't be surprised if he's out there shaking hands and kissing babies because that's what he does. But still, I got more out of today's interview than we have over the previous couple.
Yep.
Just from a standpoint of, and what made me feel better is the fact that she's talked to Traylor and the other coaches, but specifically football at this point, and he knows what he's got to work with, and they're on the same page is how I took it. So I think if you're a Roadrunner football fan, that should make you feel pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. But they still got to go raise that money. And that's on Lisa Campos. That shouldn't fall on all these head coaches to go out and try to raise that money. So they've hired some people, and this Playfly is going to be sounding like a big part of going and raising that money. And so whoever's about to get announced, if he doesn't come through, he's going to be the one accountable for that.
Right.
Because, you know, and we talked about this with Joey McGuire at Texas Tech about 2 weeks ago. You know, they've got that oil money, and Texas Tech seems to be ahead of the curve on all of this. And I think they need to be, because they're not Alabama, they're not Texas, they're not Texas A&M. They're Texas Tech, and you got to get to Lubbock. But with the amount of money that they have, they've got to win. Joey McGuire's got a lot of money, but now he's got to be able to produce 9-10 wins, Big 12 title appearance, if not win the whole thing. I mean, he's got to produce. All these people are going to be accountable, and it's not just the head coach anymore, how it feels when it comes to the amount of money raised. You've got athletic directors and university presidents that are going to be held accountable for, and you kind of figure, all right, well, we're hiring this company. They're responsible to do it. That guy, he's going to be one that is going to also be held accountable to raise the money, and then the head coach has to generate the results with the money raised.
Well, that's all true, but, I mean, the university president, the buck stops with him or her.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, the pressure's going to be on them as well, and that's no different at UTSA. So you've got to approve that money. You've got to let it get to where it needs to be for these things to be successful, and a lot of pressure on everybody. But if Jeff Traylor, if what Lisa said today, I have no reason to doubt her, that they're on the same page and he knows what he's got to operate with, and so he's got to go out and get those players and produce on the field.
One of the other things, just my impression from the conversation with Lisa Campos, she did not say this, but I took it this way. The full support from President Taylor Amy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know Taylor Amy. I don't know that I've ever talked to him. He has been invited on the show, but apparently he's very, very busy. I don't know where he stands on athletic sport. He says the right things when he has to, but how much is he going to allow non-athletic money to help? Because we've seen that from other universities where, you know, and I use the term general fund because I've read that, but there's money at the university. It kind of feels like what Lisa Campos was telling us today. And again, I'm not trying to put words in her mouth. My impression of what she said is what they don't raise, since Coach Traylor and these other coaches are out recruiting with a number, that the university will cover it if they come up short in their fundraising efforts. So you do have the support of Taylor Amy. She did tell us that 100%.
Well, yeah, and you've got to. If you're out promising because you've been promised, then you got to come through with it. And that's just the way it is. Look, all colleges, and UTSA is this way. They want to be, and they know the reward of having a good football program, of having a good basketball program, whatever, name the sport, but specifically football, because it is the number one revenue generator of any university when it comes that have a football program. So you've got to invest in that, and if you invest in that and you get a winner out of it, guess what? That money's going to come back to you. It will. It absolutely will. And so I feel like Dr. Campos knows that. Mr. Amy, I don't know.
Yeah, he's busy.
He's busy.
Busy. Good conversation. And I don't know. I like an interview like that where I feel like I learned something.
Well, and she knows the beauty of coming on this show because she knows there's a lot of UTSA fans who need an explanation. It's better to be transparent, in my mind, than to have people guess and speculate. And we have a franchise like that in town. and so the UTSA Roadrunners, I appreciate her coming on and answering the questions that we had for her.
Well, and again, explain stuff because there's stuff that we don't – like I learned something about a law, which how they can use money. I didn't know that.
Sure.
Cool. The idea of will UTSA – because that's all anybody wants, right? Everybody listening right now. Does UTSA have what they need to compete? They've had this incredibly fast climb from a startup program to being in the American Athletic Conference and being one of the best teams in the American Athletic Conference. If you're going to play in this neighborhood, you've got to have the money now to be able to play in this league. Like the commissioner of the American Athletic Conference told us when we talked to him at Army-Navy Radio Row in Washington, D.C. back in December, there's got to be a commitment from the teams in the league or you can go somewhere else. And if UTSA wants to be a championship-level program, and with the talk that we used to have about, man, they should go to the Big 12, they got to raise a whole lot of money to be able to go to the Big 12. Right now, that doesn't seem like an option.
No.
Right? But they can dominate the American. They can compete in this league if given the right financial resources.
And get into the playoffs.
And we started this year talking about UTSA as a potential playoff team. And the expanded playoffs will even add to that. Obviously, that didn't happen, but the goal of the university should have a team capable of doing that year in and year out, not just, man, we got really lucky that one year.
No, they should be players in that chase every single year. There's no reason not to, and I think they will be. If what we heard today comes to fruition, then I think you're going to have the ammunition you need to go out and find some players and put a good football team on the field and be in that conversation year in and year out.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. The NBA resumes tonight with one game that can only be made more interesting as it's Charlotte and the Lakers, is if you're playing on underdog and you get a chance to win some money. Now, tomorrow night, Spurs back in action. Also, tomorrow night, you have USA and Canada in the championship game in hockey. It's incredible time. But if you're playing on underdog, you're adding excitement to the game because your chance to win some cold, hard cash. We're using your knowledge, picking higher or lower on predicted stats. Create your entry. You can play for as little as $1. Get everything right. You could win up to 1,000 times your money. Very few places you can turn $1 into 1,000, but you can at Underdog. I love playing the Pick'em game. You will too. Go download the Underdog app. Sign up using my promo code STAR to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun when you sign up. Use promo code STAR. Claim your special offer today and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly upon your first deposit. Again, promo code STAR at Underdog. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona and Massachusetts, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Thursday on the Morning Huddle, the Spurs are back in business playing a home game in Austin. We'll talk about it.
And Team USA taking on Team Canada in the finals of the Four Nations. Let's talk about how we're going to get rid of those syrup-drinking Canucks. Morning Huddle starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
The hard water coming in and out of your home is like a rodeo. There's a lot happening, and a lot can go wrong. Like having a tea party during a bull riding event.
Excuse me, would you please pass the sugar?
Now that's hard. At the same time, those that know have a Connecticut quality water softener and enjoy smooth, soft, pure, clean water. It just makes everything better.
That's a nice bull. You want some cake?
If you don't have a Connecticut water softener in your home, you're basically inviting destructive hard water to beat up your appliances, your hot water heater, and every pipe in your home. And your coffee maker? Hard water damages it too.
For limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country.
Don't live in a hard water rodeo.
Ooh, he looks mad.
Call 656 Pure Connecticut.
License number 38961.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
San Antonio, get ready. Cody Canada and The Departed are bringing their high-energy red dirt, alt country, and rock and roll to Sable Hall at the Pearl on Saturday, February 22nd. Doors open at 7 p.m. Grab your tickets now at sablehall.com before they're gone. Cody Canada and The Departed live at Sable Hall, February 22nd.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Tom Kelly's carbon fiber mountain bike. Because more than riding his carbon fiber mountain bike, Tom loves telling people about his carbon fiber mountain bike. Friends, family, even a local barista knows about his carbon fiber mountain bike. And that's why Tom's carbon fiber mountain bike, if you haven't heard about it, is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Well, them boys in Colorado, they just as soon pan for gold. The nights are too long, the growing season's too cold.
Cody Canada and The Departed.
That's good beer drinking music right there, man.
Absolutely. There's an older live version. I don't know if they're allowed to play anymore, but talking about them boys from Norman. Good stuff. You want to go see Cody Canada and The Departed Saturday night at Stable Hall? We got a pair of tickets we'll give away right now. Caller 12, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. If you don't win the tickets, you can always buy them, stablehall.com. It's going to be a hell of a show. Fun conversation we had yesterday on the Blitz with Cody Canada. You can listen to that at sasportstar.com. They're in the audio vault powered by AA Best Bail Bonds. Lots going on here at the station. While you're there at sasportstar.com, click the little link for Circa Las Vegas for Mega March. Book your rooms to join us at Circa Las Vegas. March 27th and 28th, we'll be live doing the Blitz there at Stadium Swim. And then sticking around for the weekend, you want a Vegas trip and hang out with me and Reinagel? Do it. Book your stuff. There's a discount code. Link on our website takes you to the Circa page that has the discount. Or if you go to Circa Las Vegas, promo code Blitz, and you'll save 20% on your room.
It is a lot of fun out there. I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun. And Circa is a great place. So book your room, book your flight. Let's do it. Get out there and have some fun with us.
Yes. Yeah, do that. There's an interesting, and I saw this yesterday when I was looking around for what the hell do I want to watch. And there is on Netflix a deal where they were following around. It's called Court of Gold. I have not watched one episode yet. And the way we all watch TV, even if I watched an episode, I wouldn't want to talk about it yet because I imagine a lot of you maybe saw it, saved it, you've heard about it, waiting for the right time to go watch it. But apparently they had incredible behind-the-scenes access during the Olympics. Apparently there's incredible video of Wemby kind of distraught after they lost. You got Steve Kerr and LeBron having a beer outside the stadium, outside the arena, sitting on the steps, celebrating a win over Serbia. Incredible access.
It's great, and that just shows Wemby. He wants to win. And don't look at that any other way than the man wants to win. And they need to start getting that done. De'Aaron Fox was a great first step. Stephon Castle looks like he's going to be a star. Who are we going to add this offseason? Going to be interesting. By the way, Wemby is doubtful for tomorrow night's game with an illness.
Yeah, and what I find interesting, and I don't know if should we be concerned about Wemby, I saw a tweet from Michael C. Wright about the illness with Wemby popping up on the injury report. And Michael C. Wright tweeted out, Vic news is somewhat surprising considering he just got over an illness that he had right after the trip to Paris.
That's true.
And again, I don't know. Do we need to get him some emergency, some Flintstone vitamins? If he's caught another cold after the trip to San Francisco, that would be the one concern. And I wouldn't be. And again, it's the Austin games. As much as I hate to say this because I know how offensive this sounds, if it were a San Antonio home game and he showed up, I would think, okay, well, it's rest. But knowing the importance of these two games in Austin to the San Antonio Spurs, and he is the star attraction along with Kevin Durant for this particular game tomorrow night, I got to believe this is a real illness, not one of those illness. Let's get him some extra rest since he didn't get the full All-Star break.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And that is a concern. Perhaps, I don't know, his immune system weakened a little bit, perhaps. I don't know. But, look, the guy is, knock on wood, has been healthy this year. He's played a lot of minutes and a couple of sicknesses. I don't know. I'm not going to get too worried yet, but we'll see how this progresses. And will he play in one of those games? I have to believe if he doesn't play tomorrow night, they're going to do everything they can to get him in there on Friday.
Well, and again, typical Spurs, we have no idea what the illness is. Doesn't say he has a cold. Doesn't say he woke up with a headache. Doesn't say he had some bad food. We have no idea. But he did have an illness and sounded like he had a nasty cold coming back from the Olympics. So you wonder if there is something, I don't know. I mean, load him up on some extra vitamins.
Yeah.
Although, for a guy that takes better care of him than all of us put together, he does seem to catch a lot of colds.
Maybe he needs a cheeseburger.
There's no maybe there.
Well, you know, a little cheeseburger, fries, cold beer. He's old enough now. Maybe you got to mix in one of those with all the health food that he's ingesting.
Dr. Pledger with an idea.
Uh-huh.
He always seems to get sick when something blows in. Could he have bad allergies? Welcome to Texas, Wemby.
San Antonio, Texas.
Yes.
Worst allergy city in the world, I think.
It feels that way.
Could very well be. That is a possibility.
Get him a Zyrtec.
I got some Claritin for him.
You're a Claritin guy?
Claritin guy.
I'm a Zyrtec guy.
All right, well.
I take Zyrtec every day.
Whatever works.
Zyrtec works for me.
Good. Claritin works for me.
Explains a lot.
Yeah.
Stay warm tonight.
Please, yes. Jeez.
Drip your faucets.
Two of them.
Steady stream.
At least two of them.
More than just a little drip, according to Joel Frederick from Quarter Moon Plumbing, who called in. We got the expert on.
We did.
I just learned that. I've always just dripped.
Me too.
I was always told to drip my faucet. So you spend a lot of time just trying to get a good drip, which is dumb because you didn't want the steady stream. Now you got to have a stream to where you're not hearing it just hit the deal in your sink, because that's annoying.
Yeah, but that's very annoying.
Put a sponge at the bottom of your sink where it drips. It helps to appease the sound.
Appease the sound.
Wow, Pledge.
So I'm always looking to appease the
appease
sound.
the sound. Doesn't appease mean please the sound?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
Because most people have metal sinks, so I hate that dink.
I got
dink,
you.
Dink.
So my little handy-dandy weather app says 24 degrees will be the low tonight.
Well, that sucks. What's the feels like temperature going to be?
I refuse to look at that because I don't believe in it.
You don't believe in it?
I do not believe in it. So how about that?
You know what I don't believe in?
What?
Salads and sit-ups.
Yes.
Which, something I've battled most of my life, but I have found a way to work on my core strength without having to mix in a sit-up. It's called M-Sculpt Neo, a non-invasive muscle-building, fat-burning procedure, no downtime, like doing 20,000 crunches in 30 minutes. You don't have to go to the gym to jumpstart your muscles.
Yeah, no doubt. And we're doing it, Minix and I, on our stomachs.
Yep.
Right, for the core work, but you can do it anywhere. It doesn't matter. Your arms, your hiney, your thighs, whatever you want to do,
your
and
hiney.
Whatever you want to.
Is that what you're
going
to work on next?
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't want to have that old man butt. You know what I'm talking about? So I might have to talk to the folks at Dr. Heyer's Med Spa and make sure that I don't have that in older age.
Yeah, whether it's for you, the lady in your life, Dr. Connie Heyer's Plastic Surgery and Med Spa, they do it all. Muscle toning, microneedling, awake lipo, tummy tucks, breast augmentation, and so much more. Go to the website, findyourbeautiful.com. You can see all the services they offer and a lot of the great specials they have going on right now.
15%, in fact, off a package for M-Sculpt Neo. So call them about that. Get your 15% off. They've got a lot of other specials during the month of February. And if you go to findyourbeautiful.com, they're all right there.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM